The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Horrible Gamers podcast, show number 419, being recorded on March the 21st, 2023. I'm one of your hosts, Jesus Gonzalez, and under Jesus Walks Out today. I'm joined by my friends, or my friend from the West Coast, the best coast, Gunny Chief Henley Merrill is back. Welcome back, Henley. Welcome.
Hey, everybody, on vacation this week, just chill and gaming all week.
Chill and gaming, I like it. And from Little Big Ohio, the Mayo, Steve Willier is back. Welcome back, Steve. Welcome.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, Mayo.
Hey.
Welcome back, Mayo.
Hey, welcome back. Is your car faster now?
It is faster. It is now running on corn. It has more horses. So, and this is actually fact. This was actually done before that episode, but yeah, went in there and had it converted over to run on E85, which is corn based.
Okay.
And they had to put it on a dyno, so like I have to drive it up on this ramp, and it picks the car up, and you drive it up on this thing, and it's like a roller that's underneath your back tire, and it measures your power going to the wheels, and they do like a baseline power out measurement, and then they tune it, and they do some conversion for the E85 after I had the kit installed, and then they do an after, so you can see how much power I gained from it and all that stuff. So making more power.
Cool.
More corn power. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can follow us on Twitter _Horrible Gamers. Also, leave us a review on the Apple Podcast. Also, rate us on Spotify if you want to. I don't know if you don't want to, then don't, I guess. I don't really care. Also, tell your friends about the show, most importantly. But you can also support the show by heading on over to Patreon and giving the monies like Leahy has. Big shout out to Leahy, Jason Sams, Robert Noble, Sean Patrick, Chad, Big Chad, Henley M, Pork Chop Poo, Nipron, the best HGP host ever, and then Edward, Big Boba Balls in Ohio, and Jonathan Titan, Big D Hall, and the first HGP Patreon, Bill, still even the biggest D Garner the second. Thank you all for the Patreon support. And then head on over to Redbubble. Sorry, my screen just like blinked out. I was like, what the fuck's going on? Oh.
I saw that your screen, like you went dark on our end over here, and like you can see like you're lighting up the whole entire room over there with all those screens you got going on.
I know, right? Well, no, my top screen went dark. It does that. It's weird. Anyways, sorry. Head on over to Redbubble, get yourself some HGP gear, and just search for Horrible Gamers on Redbubble. Do you see the logo? Click on that. You can buy anything in that store, and we appreciate it. We get a little bit of money off of that. Like I'm talking very, very little. Like pretty much everything that gets made off that is like nothing. It's like maybe.
Yeah, I think we've earned like a cup of coffee so far.
Yeah, maybe like $3 off of that so far. It's very little, but
so buy more shower curtains, guys, so we can get 3 cups of coffee.
Exactly. And big shout out to Phantom.
We Sharon.
Yeah, big shout out to Phantom Meg for the intro music to the show. And broke for free for the Night Owl song that we use at the end of the podcast. Anyways, let's talk about video games and what we've been playing this week. Gentlemen, I played some video games. I hope you guys have as well. So this week, I went, of course, and played Call of Duty and Battlefield and all that. And Call of Duty actually has a new map that released this week. It's like a museum map in Mexico, I think. It's like a map. It's like, I'm pretty sure the museum is in Mexico. Because when you walk to the museum, everything's in Spanish. Like you hear the guy talking like, welcome to the museum, but it's all in Spanish. And he's like, do not drink any alcohol or smoke in the building or use any vape electronic devices in the building. And it's all in Spanish.
That's Spain, man.
Or it could be in Spain. But I think it's Mexico though, Gunny, because it talks about like if you look at some of the exhibits, it's like, it talks about Mexico. It has like Mexican in history or whatever, and then it will show like Spanish armor and shit like that. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't fucking know.
I was guessing.
But Yeah, I was assuming it's Mexico because the game Modern Warfare 2 does have some missions in Mexico. I mean, most of the missions you do in the game are in Mexico, so that's why I assumed it was Mexico. Anyways, so yeah, there's a new map. There's a new gun as well. It's marksman rifle, and to unlock it, you either have to get it through the DMZ mode. So you have to play the DMZ mode, and you have to find it in the DMZ mode, and then you have to extract with the weapon. Or you could complete an actual challenge in the game now, which I kind of like the way they did that now. Because previously in the last battle season or whatever, there was a gun that was locked to the DMZ mode, and I could never get it. I never got it because you had to kill the chemist, and the chemist, if you guys know, in the DMZ mode, he was a guy that was in this radiation zone. So to even get near him,
Yeah.
to even get in
Yeah.
the area that he was in, you had to wear a gas mask. So that's number one. Then to get to him, he's like a juggernaut guy. He's like wearing like the juggernaut armor. He doesn't have a minigun, but he has like an AK. He had the gun that you're trying to get. That's what he had. But then he had all these other guys with him that were like super armored guys. And of course, as you know, if you go into the radiation zone, your gas mask does run out. So like if you're not playing the game correctly or go in there with just like a ghetto ass gas mask and it runs out, then you pretty much will die right away. So it was really hard to get that gun. I never got it. And I think the only way you could get it besides that at the time was buying an actual like skin pack for that gun. Now, if you bought a skin pack for that gun, you would actually unlock the gun. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. Be right back.
We lost Jesus. I'm not sure where he went over there, but he's over trying to find the gun. I guess I don't know.
No, I'm trying to fix my fucking monitor. This thing keeps flashing. It's annoying. It's really annoying. Anyways, so yeah, so the new way they did it in the new season now with these new guns that are locked to the DMZ mode, you can either get it to the DMZ mode, or you can actually complete a challenge with that weapon category. So the challenge for the marksman rifle is like get 15 long shots with the marksman rifle, which isn't terribly hard to do at all, to be honest. So I kind of like that you can do that now. So that's pretty cool. Besides that, Modern Warfare 2 also had some some leprechaun shit going on because of St. Patrick's Day. So in the Warzone mode, if you played Warzone throughout the week last week or I believe the beginning of this week and the weekend, they had it's called the Luck of the Irish. And it's like an event going on in Warzone where there's a rainbow that appears in the map. And if you follow the rainbow to where it ends, there'll be some special loot at the end of the rainbow, which is kind of a cool little concept, you know?
Yeah.
But everybody on the map can see it.
They can throw in there, like one thing about these games like Fortnite and Warzone and stuff is how they can adapt so quickly.
Yeah.
And you can do stuff like that for holidays and do like a holiday skin or something like that. But
yeah.
Then like, it seems like with me at least, it's like down the road, I could care less about all this stuff I got. It was cool for like that time, and then it was never worn or shown again. Like I don't know how many times I've gotten a skin from like an event or a holiday, and then didn't just never use it. Because that's
More
a cool
time.
thing to do, or it doesn't quite fit. Like you get like Christmas time, you get like a Santa hat or something like that.
It doesn't fit
in July,
the rest of the
you see. You gotta run around with a Santa hat on or something. You just don't, nobody uses it. So
it looks weird, yeah.
You should be running around in your little St. Patrick's Day outfit in Christmas time. Look like a hole.
Like a leprechaun, All right. Hey, that was British. That was British. Yeah, Jesus, I think that's still going on because I've been seeing them promote that pretty heavy on Twitter and Facebook.
I'm pretty sure it is because even today when I logged in earlier, it said like play Warzone 2 and follow the rainbow or something like that. It was like, oh, okay, cool. Anyways, besides all that, I didn't play any more Battlefield this week. I need to get back into that. I need to catch up with the Battle Pass to try to beat it. I'm trying to beat that Battle Pass. Unlike the Call of Duty one, I am actually trying to beat the Battlefield one. I don't know why. It just seems easier to attain for me, so that's why I want to do it.
Jesus, they give that game out on PS Plus or whatever.
Yeah, we
I
talked
picked
about
it
it.
up,
Talked about it last week on the show.
and
Yeah.
so it's like I have it everywhere now. I think I have it
Mhm.
on through Xbox through Game Pass, and then on the PlayStation now. So
And you have it on
kind of
your
interesting.
PC.
Yeah, so it's like one way of growing their community, I guess. It's pretty much anybody can play that game for free
Yeah.
almost at this point, as long as you have some kind of subscription service.
And it's all crossplay too. So like if you play on your PS5 and you link your account to EA, and then you play on your Xbox and you do the same, and you play on your PC and you do the same, it carries your stats over through everything.
Nice.
Your stats stay consistent across all platforms. So that's a cool thing. I mean, I think Call of Duty does that now as well with all the platforms. But before, like I know in previous Battlefields, it wouldn't do that. It would like all the stats were separated. Like console was just console, PC was just PC or whatever, and then console was platform specific, right? So if you were playing on PS5 and that character was 50, then you played on the Xbox and that character was 100. It would suck because you were used to using certain gadgets, you know, that you already unlocked at 100. Then you go over to the other one and you're like, oh, this sucks. I don't have that unlocked. Like, what the hell? So, yeah. Besides those two main shooters this week, I actually went and played some of that game that I bought last week called Contraband Police. That was that game that I talked about where you're like in the Border Patrol, Gunny. You're the
Yeah,
Border
like
Patrol guy.
Papers, Please.
Kind of like
Similar?
Papers, Please, yeah. And
Similar
that game
vein.
is really good. I really had a lot of fun with it. I still haven't beat it. I want to say I'm halfway through beating it or a quarter of the way through beating it. But that game is a lot of work, man. So you have to check cars and like, just like in Papers, Please, every time the game progresses a little bit more, like say you reach like a big checkpoint or whatever, like a new chapter, sometimes they'll introduce like a new thing like something new you have to check, right? Like, oh, now besides checking their fucking photo and their name and their passport number and their stamps and the type of shit, like now you have to check what kind of car they're driving, what kind of cargo they're carrying, and then how much the car weighs. Like you have to actually press the button on the scale to check the weight of the car, and like and then on top of that, you're still checking for all the other shit, Gunny. You're still checking for contraband. You're checking for drugs, for fake money, counterfeit money. You're checking the cargo's correct. So there's like a lot of things for each vehicle that you have to check. And I wish that they would sort of automate some of that stuff for you. You know, like I wish that, because the game does allow you to upgrade your base. So you upgrade the soldiers that are there with you. I think you can hire 2 new guys. Like one's a bailiff and he sits there and watches the little jail cell that you have. And then you like add another guy who like walks around, like one of the checkpoints, he like walks around the base. And you add another guy who's up in this tower on top of your building. He's like on this tower with like a gun. And you can add those guys, and when you add them, they kind of help you defend the base from attackers. But they also you can upgrade them, so you can add them to like have better armor. So instead of carrying a pistol, now like I'm wearing like a regular hobo looking like police uniform. Now they're wearing like a bulletproof vest, and like they'll have like a submachine gun with them, and that increases their salary as well and their health and all that shit. But there's like other things going on in this game, Gunny. So you're not just doing all this. At times, you also get like random attacks on your base. Like you'll be in the middle of like a check, right? You're like checking somebody's cargo or something, or you're checking their trunk or their engine bay or whatever. And all of a sudden, these guys will come out of the woods, and they like an alarm will go off. And it's like, oh, we're under attack, and these fucking guys will come out of the woods. It's like this gang that I don't know, like a gang in your country or whatever, like that runs in that area.
Some Garias.
I don't know. They're like a gang, and they come out of the woods and they fucking start shooting at you guys, and they have like AKs and shotguns and shit, and they have grenades and shit as well. So they're trying to fuck you up.
Wow.
And you have to defend your base against them, and your cop guys, the dudes that are with you, like that's the point of upgrading their guns, right? And their armor, so they can actually live to the attack, and they can help you defend the base when they come, because there's like a bunch of them that come and attack. The attack lasts about 2 minutes. So in the 2 minutes that the timer's counting down, more and more are spawning in. More guys keep spawning in. Once the timer runs out, you have to kill everyone that's left alive in the base. So like everyone that made it in those 2 minutes, Now you have to kill whoever's left in your base. And it's kind of crazy, man. Like, those attacks just happen randomly. They're just like, you don't even really, you never expect it, you know? It's just, you're playing, all of a sudden, under attack, and the fucking alarm is going off, it's blaring. You're like, holy shit, what the fuck's going on? And then you look up and you see these guys coming out of the woods fucking shooting at you guys. And you're like, holy shit. So you try to find cover, and then you kill them all. And there's this other shit going on in the game as well. So, like, once you transport the gun, like the prisoners and the contraband to the police station, there's also like other, like, you can get ambushed on the way to like the prison to drop off prisoners. Like the guys, if you'll be driving down the road and all of a sudden you start getting shot at by these guys that are like on the side of the road, and you can either stop and kill them and you get like a little bonus for killing them, or you can just try to escape from them. But they're trying to kill you to get their guys out of, like, from going to prison, right? They're trying to keep their guys out of prison or whatever. So it's kind of crazy how that happens. But later on, as you play the game, Gunny and MAiO, you do level up. So, like, you become, like, at first you're like, whatever, like, I don't know, name a rank in the military. Then you rank up to the next rank, then you rank up to the next rank, and you become, like, a higher rank, I guess, police officer or commander or whatever. Because you're the commander of the checkpoint, because everyone calls you commandant. All right. So you're the commander, Gunny. All right. You're Commander Gunny. You're in there. And then you level up. Once you level up, you unlock different things as well. So you unlock, like, the ability to call in the guy who has a little shop. You can call him up, and it costs $200, but he'll come up like any time of the day, and he'll park his truck in front of your base, like kind of near it, like right on your side of the country, like in the, like right inside, like right past the checkpoint. And you can go up there and buy guns from him. You can buy ammo from him. You can buy, like, the tools you need to, like, break open the crates and all that shit that people are driving in with. Or you can call in for, like, a prisoner transport. Now, the prisoner transport is kind of expensive. I think that one costs like $400. But pretty much it automatically empties out your cell, which I think your cell can hold up to like 4 inmates, I think, at a time. I think you can upgrade it. I think you can upgrade to hold more inmates, but the upgrade costs like $1,000 or something. And, like, I only have like 1,500, and I don't want to spend that money on a fucking cell upgrade. You know what I mean? But you can upgrade different parts of your base. You can upgrade, like, the place that you sleep in, the little RV you sleep in. You can upgrade that, so you can have, like, more perception or whatever that shit's called, which I never use, so I never upgraded that. But I upgraded my storage room for the evidence. So, like, if I capture somebody with, like, cocaine or with, like, alcohol or with, like, illegal substances or whatever kind, that can hold more shit in that storage room or whatever. And then you can upgrade your soldiers, your guys in your base, your cop dudes or whatever that are with you. And that game is pretty cool, man. I really am enjoying the game.
It sounds like it. It
really
reminds me
deep.
of Paper Please, and I keep thinking about wanting to pick up Paper Please even because it sounded really cool. And this sounds even like a little more in depth.
It's better because it's actually like
it's got some action to it.
It
sounds
3D, and it's like a 3D space. You know, you're actually like, you know, Papers, Please is more like a 2D. You know, you're kind of clicking on shit, and this is more like, yeah, you're clicking on shit, but you also like have to use your flashlight and the UV light on shit to like find the little stamp that the cartel uses or whatever. I think it's like a cartel or the gang or whatever it is. They use like this little like snake stamp, and that signifies that's where the contraband is hidden. So like if you find the stamp on the bumper, now you bust out your crowbar, MAiO, and you're fucking banging on that bumper. And the guy's like, oh no, you know,
not the hash, baby.
Not my bumper. And it's like, fuck you, motherfucker, get on the ground. And you're fucking beating the shit out of the bumper, you know. And then you point the gun at the guy. You're like, get on the fucking ground. No, you're under arrest for contraband. And he's like, oh shit, I'm gonna. Then sometimes they'll try to bribe you. They'll be like, oh, just take this like money real quick and just let me go.
Are you the bribe taking type, Jesus?
No, I actually been playing this game like the hardcore, like super like conservative, like America. Like I'm gonna follow all the rules. We're gonna be justice. We're the law.
Right. No bribing Jesus over there.
No bribing me, motherfucker. Yeah, I am fucking Judge Dredd in this bitch. I'm fucking the law. All right? I'm fucking not taking any bribes from you dirty motherfuckers. You're all going to prison. So yeah, that's kind of like the way I've been. And actually, like, like one time I arrested this guy, right? And he's telling me like, no, man. He's like, my wife, she, they have my wife and my son. Like that's what he told me. Like he's like, oh, this gang kidnapped my wife and my son, and they told me if I don't bring this merchandise through, they're gonna kill them. And I'm like, shut the fuck up.
You're like tough luck.
No, and I'm like, shut the fuck up, get on the ground, and I'm fucking breaking all his shit. I'm breaking his windows, Gunny. I'm breaking his fucking tail lights. I'm fucking slashing his tires open, right? I'm like, fuck you, motherfucker. I'm opening all his shit up. I'm slashing the seats open, I'm trying to find all the drugs, Gunny. And then I handcuff his ass, and he's like, oh no, my wife and child. And then, like, I don't know, I send his ass to prison, right? He goes to the work camp. It's like a work camp. You drop him off at like this, like they're like breaking rocks or something there, It's like some work camp. I don't know what they're doing. I think they're breaking rocks. I don't know. Anyways, they're at this work camp. You drop him off, and I'm living my life like a normal, happy cop guy, And then I get a letter in the mail.
Straight narrow.
I get a letter in the mail, Gunny. Like I don't know, like 3, 4, 5 days later. I don't know. The game continues. Like randomly, I get a letter, and it's from that guy, and he sends me a picture of his wife and his kid, and he's like, "They're dead because of you, you fucking piece of shit."
Dang.
He's like they send me, like he said that like the gang or whatever sent him a video of them killing his wife and his kid. And now they're all dead. And now he has nothing to live for, and he's gonna get revenge. And I'm like, whatever. Like it's your fault, bro. That sounds like a you problem, not a me problem.
Right.
All right. But yeah, the game is pretty cool, man. And like every randomly so often, you get like different objectives. Like one guy sent me a letter, and he's like, "Hey, man, I'm like the leader of the Olympic team in my country." And he's like, hey, this guy, and he sent me a picture of this dude and his name. He's like, I haven't seen him in like forever, and he went across the border like not so long ago. If you see him, can you please let him through, because he's like a star athlete. Like we need him to beat the Olympics, So it's like,
deciding the Olympics now, huh?
But I don't know. I'm just following the rules, man. Okay, your passport don't match your photo.
It sounds like his problem, right?
Yeah, it's his fucking problem. All right. Fuck that guy. He's going to prison if his shit don't match, Gunny. And the thing about this game is, like, you don't arrest people for, like, their passport not matching or, like, the names not matching. You kind of just let them go. But when you find contraband, you arrest them real fucking quick. You're like, yeah, hands up, motherfucker. You're under arrest. Yeah, it's a pretty cool game, man. I like it. It's fucking fun. And there was, like, a whole thing, like, in this one mission, like, I got a phone call from the police, to, like, the president, or whoever the fuck is my boss, the military, I don't know. They called me, and they're like, hey, man, Commander, there's, like, been a murder in your area in this bar. And I know where the bar is, because the map is not that big, but it's kind of big, but not that big. There's, like, a bar, and they're like, there's been a murder at this bar. So I go to the bar, right, and there's, like, all these people inside. There's police outside and shit. And they're like, hey, Commander, like, we have everyone that was here during the murder when it happened. They're all inside. Now you have to go inside and play like detective and shit and like kind of investigate like who did the murder, Gunny. And you're kind of playing like a deduct. Like
interesting.
You're like deducting the suspects. So like the first thing it tells me, go search the body and like talk to all the people. So then you talk to all of them, man. Like one guy's like, oh, like I saw the dude playing cards with that guy over there, and that guy lost to him, and I think that dude was pissed off. And then the bartender's like, look, man, I don't know. All these guys got fucking drunk. One of them went to the back. I saw the other one acting kind of weird afterwards. And then you got like the other guy who was just sitting there, and he's like, I don't know, man. I'm the boss of these guys, and I just gave them all a raise. I don't know what's going on, And this other guy's like, I don't know. This guy owed money to that guy. So you're trying to figure it out, right? You're like, okay, what the fuck's going on here? This guy got murdered, but who did it? And then like you figure that out, and then you go to the main, like he's like some kind of cop sergeant or whatever, and you go to him and you're like, okay, we're gonna let these two guys go because I don't think these two guys did it. So the first people I let go was like the bartender and some other guy, and then okay, now you have 4 suspects, so now you got to go back and find more evidence and kind of deduct it even more. So that kind of took a while. That was like a 20-minute ordeal of like me trying to figure out who the murderer was. And sure enough, the murderer Gunny was this guy who was like part of the rebel faction. There's like a rebel faction in the game, right? And he's part of them. And when I found out it was him, like it gave me the option in the game, do you want to hide it? Like you can say it was the other guy and hide that it was him. Like so you're kind of supporting the rebels, right? Because you're hiding the fact that this guy murdered this dude. Or you can arrest him because he's the one that committed the murder, you know? And each like the decision affects whether you're more allied with the government or with the rebel faction in the game. And sure enough, of course, me playing the straight cop here, I fucking arrested his ass. Then he lunged at me with the knife Gunny. And he tried to kill himself, but we stopped him, okay? We stopped him. He's in prison now for life. Yeah.
Good. Watch your back because his buddies are gonna come after you.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just a border patrol man doing my job, you know. It's a tough job, you know.
You're gonna get fucking agent of the year. That's you're gonna get a trophy.
Fuck yeah. Best border patrol commander ever. Yeah, fuck yeah. You ain't coming through.
Nice plaque on the wall. You ain't get no money, but maybe a raise.
But yeah, no, you do get a raise. Like, and also like every time you rank up, you also get a raise. So like it'll be like, oh, now you make $50 a day instead of $20 a day or whatever. Now you make $100 a day or whatever. It's more than that, but it's like, you know, it's not that much of a raise, but you get a raise. And then it'll be like for every car that you let through, or for every car that you inspect correctly, we're gonna give you more money because you did that inspection correctly. And then sometimes, bro, like you'll fuck up the inspection, man, because like there's so many things you have to check now. Like now you have to check like the status of a car. Like if a car has more than 3 broken things on it, you can't let it through. If the registration doesn't match, you can't let it through. If the registration name doesn't match the driver's name and the passport name, then you can't let them through. It's like all these different fucking things you have to be looking for. Like it becomes like a fucking task to do all this shit, man. It's like, fuck, this takes forever. Like for one car, it'll take me 5 minutes to get it through the border. You know, when in the beginning of the game, it was like a 20-second thing. Now it's like a 5-minute fucking thing, you know? But yeah, play Contraband Police. It's fun. I like
Sounds like it. Like I said, I kept wanting to play Papers, Please, because that kept sounding fun. So this kind of just
It's
reminds
fun.
me, like, make me want
If
to
you're
play
into
more.
those types of games, it's fun. If you're not, if you're like, all I want to do is shoot guns and run around, bro, I don't want to think, then it's not for you.
Yeah.
It's not for you, okay? It's
Make
not
me
for
use my
Brink.
brain.
Yeah, it's not for Brink. All Brink wants to do is play dress up with his Destiny characters and shoot the same enemies 100,000 times and play more dress up. Okay, it's not a Brink game, okay? That's all he wants to do. Okay? And
Nothing wrong with that, Brink. Nothing wrong with it.
everything's wrong with that. Anyways, besides all that, Hogwarts, I play a little bit of that as well. I haven't progressed the story at all, but I played a little bit of it. Yeah. And just besides that, Gunny, I've been playing on my phone. I've been playing the Motorsport Manager game.
Yeah. Where did I see that again? I think so. There is like a version on. I think there is a version on Steam.
I think the phone one is newer though. But I was playing the phone one the other day, and I actually got my team to win the championship. Like we won first place in the league or whatever. And now I finally unlocked like the last league. It's called the World Motorsport League or whatever. And before I was like in the F1 Series League, and now I'm in like the World Motorsport League or whatever. But the fucking game is hard as fuck now. Like my drivers were the best drivers pretty much in the last league. Like we would lose some races, we wouldn't win all of them, but we still got first place because we won a lot of races, right? And this one, my team doesn't stand a chance, Gunny. Like my team is racing in like a badass car that I feel like my cars are pretty nice. I upgraded them pretty good. No, we're still getting like 10th, 11th place. Like this is bad. I was like, oh my god, I'm in the wrong league. I'm in I'm in a whole new world, Gunny. These motherfuckers are like goddamn professionals. I'm like fucking hobo over here. What am I doing wrong? So, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to just tough it out and lose a few seasons. Save some money, upgrade my shit a little bit more, and I hopefully can get some either a better driver, upgrade my drivers, or something, man. Because they're not cutting it. We're not cutting it right now, Gunny.
Maybe
We're
go back to the
losing.
minor leagues, start grinding it out.
No, man, I already beat the minor leagues. We beat those hobos. We got first place. We don't want to be there no more. You want to go to the next challenge, Gunny. Right? You don't want to always stay in the minor league baseball if you could be in the MLB, bro. You go to the motherfucking MLB. Yeah. All right. So,
Well, to me,
Big
like
leagues.
you just need to get yourself a better car over there.
yeah. I'm trying. All right? I'm fucking trying. But we'll see how that goes. Besides all that, I was kind of playing that game kind of got me in the management mode or whatever, like that mood that I want to play like some managing tactical thinking game. So I played some more Becastled. And I'm pretty proud of my castle right now, Gunny and Becastled. It pretty much is impenetrable. It's a fortress, bro. Like I have almost all my walls upgraded to the stone walls. And like I want to say I have probably like 12 towers, maybe 15 towers
Damn.
around
Yeah.
because like my whole kingdom is surrounded with walls, right? And even there's like outer walls and then there's like inner walls. The main walls or the inner walls are all made of stone. The outer walls are made out of wood. But I have all these towers up, and all these towers are fucking. They all have like the ballistas on top, like the things like the big fucking, like it looks like a big crossbow thing or whatever. So all these towers have all these ballistas on top, and I got like all these like the sunstone workshops. I got all those going. I got all these like resources going everywhere. All this food growing everywhere. Um, my military isn't even that big, Gunny. Like I actually only have like I don't know a few archers and like a few knights, a few pikemen and a few swordsmen. But they're all upgraded all the way. Like all their gear is upgraded all the way. And the fucking enemy, I don't think they can ever get through. I mean, eventually, I think they're going to get through, right? They're gonna fuck me up probably. But for now, Gunny, it's like we're living the good life, right?
Yeah.
Eh,
That was, but like I said, that was my last playthrough.
Yeah,
That was like 3 weeks ago. But I think something is a little broken because I thought, oh, like I usually just I never like save it and then go back to it. I usually try to do a session where whatever it might last me 2-3 hours and then I lose and then I'm like, yay, okay, start a new game. But this last one, I think the enemy, I don't know, they were like glitched out or something. They were able to get in and like take a building down or whatever, some sort of production. And I was like, oh, it's on now. Like, I got to do some reinforcements and upgrades and stuff like that. And then eventually I did that, but then I feel like they never really got stronger. And then I was like, what's going on here? Right? So I think my ability to upgrade everything as time went on, like surpassed how difficult it's going to be for me.
maybe.
Because every time, like they would just come in, and then it almost got boring to me. Where I'm like, yo, they can't even get past the stone wall. I'm like,
Yeah,
all right.
these guys, yeah, they're like, I feel like more and more of the big guys are spawning in now, and like now they have like those catapults and like those things that like ram the walls or whatever. Like those things like the fucking wagon they push and they have like a big spike on it, and then they ram the wall, and then they
Yeah, it's like a
ram it again like a battering ram.
yeah.
Yep.
They have like those things now as well. Like, and they'll have catapults and shit that'll fucking launch towards my walls, and sometimes they'll fuck up some of my guys and kill them. But there's been a few, like 1 or 2 times that they've actually broken the wall down, and it kind of scared me, man, because I had all my armies, like my knights and my art, not my archers, but I had like my knights and my swordsmen in like a complete section of the map. And like these fuckers broke this wall down in this other like section, and I wasn't paying attention to that shit. And I'm like, holy fucking shit. So I had to like grab all my knights and like send them over there. And
it takes a while to run over there.
It took him a minute to get over there, man, because I have to go up these little stairs, because my kingdom is kind of big. So I got it like on these hills, and like I built all these stairways so they can go up these hills faster and shit. But like, man, it took a while for all these guys to get there. I was like, oh, okay, now I know what to upgrade next. I got to upgrade these walls.
Did you ever think about this, Jesus, when you're playing? And I usually play on easy.
Yeah,
that's usually the mode that I play on because I like maybe mode. I've never played like medium or hard.
Yeah,
but you know how they always give like the arrow direction of where the enemy is going to come from, like not the exact right. They may come from the north, and they'll say, "Of course," right?
Yeah.
Turns nighttime, the sun goes down. You see them coming in, but even on easy, like they might head towards the southeast wall or the the southwest wall, right? They decided like the last minute, like how they're going to approach it, the enemy, right? So you just have to. But anyway, but I'm thinking like, it'd be nice if they just didn't give the arrow. But I'm thinking maybe I need to play on higher difficulties. Maybe that arrow's not there. Is that something you've experienced?
Arrow, I play like on medium, and the arrow isn't there, but you can see the crystals. Like you can actually like move around the map, and you can find where the crystals are, where they're going to spawn in at. And like right now, when I was playing. Now there's 3 crystals, so there's 3 different points of spawning in where the enemy will spawn in at. And the reason they flow that way, Gunny, they flow to the weakest point of your base. So like if you have all these stone walls up, if you have a wooden wall, they will flow to that area, to that side of your base to attack that wooden wall. So like a strategy that I've thought about doing is maybe I should take down some walls and like create a funnel, like,
lure
that would work.
them in and make them
and like lure them into that funnel. Get rid of all my other ballistas, and like set up more towers in that area and have it like all those towers just fuck them up. I'm like, should I do that? I was like, I don't know if it'll work though. That's why I'm afraid of doing it. Because I'm like, because
so that was
problem.
like.
Yeah, the problem that I've encountered now is my military is too big. And like I can't create enough gold to sustain my military power. Like it tells me like your cost is too high. You're not making enough sunstone and your cost is too high. So like I ended up I had to create like another trading outpost. I had to upgrade them all the way. I had to add new trading routes or whatever to like get more money coming into the kingdom. And like right now I'm like barely making like I want to say 90 gold per minute, where before I was making 1,000 gold per minute. And like these ballistas, man, they cost a lot of money to upkeep. The more you have, the more it costs to upkeep. And like it's like, okay, I need to take some of these down. I know I have to. I don't know which ones to take down, because I have them. Because I have walls in my outer kingdom, then I have walls in the inner kingdom, then I have walls around my castle, like inside the kingdom. I build even more walls inside where the castle is, in the treasury, where those are at. I build even, it's like a big fortress, dude. Like I built all these fucking walls within walls within walls. It's fucking wall inception in this bitch.
Yeah, everything's
all these fucking walls. All right,
everything's in a cube. That makes sense though, because I know when I once I put up like my 4th ballista and got a few more soldiers in there, did some upgrades. I was like, where's all my sunstone going? I didn't know that went to upkeep.
Going to military upkeep, man. It'll say military upkeep, and it'll say like fucking 5,000 per minute or whatever. And it's like, holy fuck. Either you have to get rid of soldiers, which you can do, or you have to get rid of like the expensive shit like ballistas and like that type of shit. And it's like, I have to get rid of this stuff, So yeah, the game will tell you like, yeah, you're a little too powerful, man. How about we nerf your ass by making you not have enough gold?
Right, because then they, almost prevent you from progressing, like, building new houses or whatever it is.
You can't.
Because you can't. You don't have enough gold. Yeah, or
you don't have enough food to feed everybody.
Yeah, everybody starves.
Yeah, your kingdom is not big enough to fucking feed everyone. So like, it's like okay, like because right now like. My wood resources and my food resources are almost maxed out because I was actually able to capture these areas with like cows, and I created new farms and like new areas to capture food or whatever, right? But every time I'm doing that, it's like I have to expand my kingdom. I have to build new walls, and now the upkeep is going up. Right now, you got more upkeep, and it's like this shit keeps adding on and on and on. And it's like, fuck. Now I don't even know how to make any more gold because I captured the. There was like in the map that I'm in now. There was only 2 areas with sunstone where you can mine the sunstone. There's only 2 little areas where you could do that in my map. There's no more sunstone that I can get. It's like, okay, so I have these 2 and I maxed them out. Like I don't know how I'm gonna get more gold. I don't know. I created the trading outpost. I used up all the horses on the map. So like this must be the maximum gold that I can receive, or get. Because I don't think I can get any more. I don't know how.
Yeah. You reach that point. You know what this is, MAiO? This is like, think of like Frostpunk, but just a lot of like tedious, clicking and upgrading and managing. That's what it. Except it's
tried it once before. I don't think I played it very much.
But it's of course, Frostpunk is not a tower defense type style of game, but
yeah. It's really cool though, man. I like Becastled. And besides Becastled, I end up playing Diplomacy is Not an Option. And fuck, is that game way harder than Becastled.
Oh, really?
Way harder, man. Like, the enemies in that game are relentless. There's like a billion of those motherfuckers. Literally, there's like a million on the map. I couldn't expand. I was like, my military's too weak. My people cannot fucking feed themselves because every time they go to get food, these fucking assholes are attacking everyone. And then they follow it. Then they chase them into the village. Now they're attacking my houses. They're attacking the graveyard. Now there's fucking zombies everywhere because we got attacked by a big mob. Now all my soldiers fucking died. Now there's nobody to bury them. Now they all become zombies, and that creates even more enemies. Now you got fucking zombies and these bad guys coming at you. And like, that game is fucking hard, man. I thought I was like, I'm pretty good at this game. I started a new game today on medium difficulty. I got wrecked. My fucking base got destroyed, man. Like an instant. It was so fast. It was like, wow. So maybe I need to play like.
Yeah, I remember watching you stream that before. It looked difficult already then.
There's all these new challenge modes that they added, and they pretty much just
$20 on sale, Steam sale.
Yeah, it's on sale right now. I believe in the Steam sale, and I think that's the reason I played it today because it was promoted, and I was like, I have that game. I should play it.
It made you want to jump on and play.
Yeah, and then but they haven't really done any updates to the game since I last played it. The only updates that they've been doing on the side is they've kind of been adding these cartoon, like, I want to say like short videos on Steam. And all these videos are videos that are cartoons of the characters in the game. And like they even released an update saying like, why are we doing these fucking cartoons? And it's like, we're doing these cartoons so you guys can know who the characters are in the game, so you can understand the story when we actually release it. I mean, it's like, I don't know, man. Maybe I should be releasing more like content to actually play, not these fucking stupid cartoon videos.
So right. Jesus, I'm looking at screenshots for this game where it'll show a real nice, super high wall castle, with some farms, and it looks like they got some food going. Not little villages, but just little houses surrounded. But if I go to the previous, there's like over 1 million enemies just trying to annihilate everything, just like a swarm of fucking horde.
It is. It's crazy, bro, how many enemies there is. It's scary. It's scary how many enemies there is. It's like, wow.
It's like, why would I want to make plant food? It's like, it's gonna be gone.
You can't fucking beat them. And then like the problem is if your soldiers die and you don't bury the soldiers, then after like, I don't know, so many days in the game go by, and then if they're not buried by the time comes, they all turn into zombies and start automatically attacking.
They reanimate.
More difficult, yeah.
So like earlier today, I had all my soldiers like on one side of the base because we were gonna get attacked from that side. And like the guy's like saying like, your base is under attack. Our buildings are under attack. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I could hear like some zombie noises. And I look at the other side of them, like on the other fucking side of the map, completely across the other side.
Of course.
Oh, there's all these zombies that died, like, because we got attacked there earlier. And, like, all of my soldiers that are dead there, which is, like, 30 of those fuckers, they're all turning into zombies, and they're attacking the fucking houses. And I'm like, oh, of course this is happening right now. And, like, I look at the timer, right? And the timer says 30 seconds till attack. And I'm like, okay, I was like, 30 seconds is not enough time for me to, like, get my soldiers across the map, kill those guys, and then come back. You know? So I'm like, what do I do in that situation? Do you just stand there and hold your ground to try to defend against the wave of incoming? Because it's a big wave of enemies, right? Or do you go and attack the zombies and kill them so they don't get to your castle and fucking kill it? So my ass sent half of my soldiers to go kill the zombies. I left the other half, to hold the ground. And then they got ran over. It was bad. It was like, wow, I fucking died. The game said, You're dead. You lasted 14 days. Congratulations. This is your new record. I'm like, what the
3 hours of actual gameplay, but 14 days, right?
Yeah. It's like, what the fuck, dude? It would piss me off. Anyways, but that's all I played this week, man. So just pretty much been a chill week. Strategy games and whatnot.
Yeah. Sometimes those are good weeks, those are just kind of sit back and chill and
Yeah. Just a relaxing week and Call of Duty and shit. Call of Duty's actually pretty fun, man. Playing it recently. Kind of getting more into it. Still fun. Still good. I'm still like a little worried to see what they're gonna announce for the expansion for Modern Warfare 2 that's coming out this year or whatever. That's supposed to be like a standalone thing or whatever. I don't know how the fuck is like. So they're gonna charge us $60 for a campaign, pretty much, and more maps, I guess. Which is kind of weird, right? Is that like the new route they're going? Like, we're gonna just release expansions for Call of Duty now. They're not. It's like a new game, but the old game rolls into the new game. Is that how they're gonna do Call of Duty now? Is that?
I don't know. Is it like a $40 expansion? I mean, what are they going to do?
No, they said it's full price. It's gonna be a $70 game. They say will continue the story of Modern Warfare 2. So I'm assuming it's the campaign. But they said it also is going to introduce new maps to the multiplayer. But the maps in this multiplayer, like if you own Modern Warfare 2, these maps will carry over to that game.
I see. Yeah.
Which is like almost like an expansion, it sounds like, right? But they're saying it's no. They're like, no, it's a standalone full release. Which one is it, guys? Come on, Activision. Which one is it? Like, I want to know, But we'll see. Who knows if that's the way they're going to do Call of Duty? More power to them, but...
And didn't I think I called it, too, like, way back when they talked about that. The acquisition, or shortly after, right, when the Activision was talking about, we're going to be, we're just going to not release a Call of Duty this year, whatever the wording they said. And I was like, no, come on, that'd be like, I'm going to cut down my money tree. That was my thought, I was like, there's no way. Like, really? Seriously? Like, they're not going to release a Call of Duty? There's a fucking, an acquisition, but it's not like everybody's busy at work with an acquisition. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it just seemed odd to me. And I was like, nah, they're going to make another COD. They have to. It's going to come out. I knew it. They just wanted to trick you guys. It's going to happen.
Liars.
There's going to be one next year, too.
Yeah, there is.
I'd put money on it. Yeah.
right.
And the year after. There's one every year, guys.
Yeah, right.
You know what Activision needs to make again? A Guitar Hero game.
Yeah, I really liked Guitar Hero. Matter of fact, I have it. It's in the other room. I have my Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero,
and
so good.
I still have my DJ Hero. I can play it anytime. I still have my Xbox 360 hooked up.
I mean, didn't they discontinue like the support for those games? So, like, can you not download the tracks anymore?
That's a good question. I've still got the disc. I don't know if I.
Well, like the DLC music.
There is stuff. Yeah,
there was a lot of DLC. There was a lot of DLC for both. I thought you could no longer buy any DLC, but like before they shut it down, like if you owned it, you could download it, but you cannot re-download it. So like if you delete it,
oh yeah, probably licensing for sure. It's well over expired date. I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know about the DLC packs. I'd have to look at my 360 and look in there to kind of see. Because there was like a Van Halen, but see, everything even back then Like there was Van Halen, but
Mhm.
then they also had the disc. Like you can go and buy. You know what I mean? Like there were
Yeah.
only a few games. I would say few, but fewer games that actually had like digital downloads. So yeah, I just
Okay.
remember seeing a lot in there for Guitar Hero. Maybe Rock Band did, but I don't think Guitar Hero had a lot.
Yeah.
Who was Rock Band? Was that Harmonix? That was like another developer, right?
Yeah.
Totally different team on that.
I feel like the best opportunity in that coming back would have been in VR. Like when they had that opportunity to make a game like that in VR. I know
Yeah.
they had something like that.
Well,
Where
they
you
brought
could
it.
have had
Was it?
you could have been on stage, and just doing a song. It would have been really cool.
Remember that? Was it Xbox One? I don't know if it was also PlayStation 4. I don't know if it came out on there as well.
Mhm.
But remember, it was Rock Band, right? That came out and said, "Oh, we got a new Rock Band coming out." And then that never, like, not even 4 or 5 months later, it was like nobody heard of it again. It's like that died.
No, that was Guitar Hero, man. That was Guitar Hero Live.
That was it. Yeah, I think that did come out on both consoles.
I bought that game on the PS4, maybe PS4, Xbox One of the two.
Yeah,
And it was actually a lot of fun, man. Like that. And you know what? That game in VR would actually be really fucking cool because it was all like live action. It was weird because they somehow did like these concerts live action, and they were like, so they had you in the perspective of the guy on stage playing the guitar, but you were like on the stage and you look out and like the screen, it was real people. It wasn't cartoony people. It was like real fucking people,
Yeah.
like fucking
Like a
dancing
real
and jumping.
audience,
Yeah, like a
everything.
real audience jumping around, and like the suckier you played, the less hype they were. Then like they start booing you and shit. And the better you played, the more crazy they'd get. Like that shit in VR would be hella cool, wouldn't it? Like be looking around, you're like in an actual stage with real fucking people, and then you're playing, and then that would be fucking cool in VR.
Yeah.
PlayStation VR, get Activision to fucking make you a game.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Like do a deal,
Make a deal with them before the acquisition. Make a deal with them to get our Guitar Hero on your VR on PSVR too, man. With the haptic feedback controller thing or whatever
Oh
that they
yeah.
have.
Yep.
You could feel the guitar string as you strum.
Is Harmonix still around, or just get them? There you go.
I don't know if they're still around. Wasn't the last thing those fuckers did that one stupid board game? Wasn't that thing they did? That board game
I'm
with
not
the
sure.
cards?
I don't remember. I'm not sure what they did outside of.
What the fuck have they done since the last? What have you done? They did a game called Fuser. Yeah, they did that drop mix game. That fucking
Yeah.
Oh,
Remember they were
it
selling
didn't
that at
last
like
long at
Target
all.
and Walmart.
yeah, that drop mix. Told you they did that. Yeah. Well, I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at their game list, and they actually have a Rock Band VR.
Yes, I thought they had some kind of VR one, but
What? Rock Band VR. I'm looking at it right now. Actually, it costs $40, and yeah, there's DLC for it and shit too.
well, yeah, that's how they get you, right? And the Rock Band stuff is getting
But I
DLC.
mean,
Yeah. You got to pay
well,
for those licenses.
each song is $3. They don't sell song packs. They sell the songs individually, and each song is $2.99. Of course, it's all the good songs are $2.99. They got like on the base game, they got some Aerosmith, and they got Blink 182 and the Foo Fighters. They got the White Stripes, Van Halen. But in the DLC, they have like everything. But it's all
Then
$3.
was it Ubisoft? They did Rocksmith, right?
Yeah.
They have their you use your actual
fucking guitar. Yeah, fucking nerds. I'm gonna use an actual guitar. Fucking losers. No one wants to learn how to play a real guitar. I want to play a fucking air guitar and feel like a badass. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't want to play a real one.
This is available on the Meta Quest, I guess. It's $39, Gunny. $40 for Rock Band VR. It has a 4-star rating on there. And wait a minute, what does it say? I clicked on get a guitar controller for it, and it took me to a fucking PS4 guitar on Amazon from the website. It took me to an
maybe those are compatible. Yeah. I know there was some sort of backwards compatibility with those.
All right, so they sent me to this link right on Amazon, Gunny, for a new guitar, and there's none on sale. You have to buy them used. And I see the cheapest one is $399.
Damn.
It's $399. So you tell me I have to pay $440 to play this game plus my VR headset.
That's all.
No, thank you.
Yeah, go with Rocksmith. Go be a real guitarist, real artist.
Fuck those nerds too. Don't play any guitar game. Fuck these guitar games. Let's make a piano game.
A piano game that probably exists.
Piano VR,
game in VR.
Bro.
That's it.
Piano VR, bro. You're some badass Beethoven or something in the fucking classical. All right, listen. This game would be a hit, right? You're like Beethoven or whatever. You're in the classical fucking era, and you're just playing the piano. And you look at the stage, and you're like in this like cathedral or something. I don't know. You're like in this like old timey fucking audience.
Are you wearing a wig?
Like, oh, good sir.
Rocky Beethoven.
This is mighty fine. Yeah, you're playing your fucking Beethoven music, and all in VR, but you use your keyboard, Gunny. Instead of using the wand controllers, you use your keyboard to play the fucking piano, right? You use the keys on your keyboard.
Yeah.
You designate the middle row as the piano keys, and that's all the piano keys in a row. Like, I got a hit, Mayo. Let's make the game. Let's do it.
All right, we're on it.
Listen, if Ubisoft can make money off a game that makes you play a real fucking guitar,
right?
I'm sure this could be a hit, right? And all we have to do is add like some quirky shit in there, Gunny, where like you can throw the piano at people or something if they start booing you. Like you can like throw your I don't know, your chair at them or something. I don't know,
Yeah, you could be like just playing some Great Balls of Fire, some Elton John, some good old classics.
They start fucking booing you, you could just throw shit at them. Yeah. Or they start booing you and throwing tomatoes at you. If you suck, they throw tomatoes at you.
Tomatoes and beer bottles.
Get off the stage, you fucking loser.
You suck.
Anyways, that's all I've been playing, guys. What have you been playing, Gunny?
I haven't been playing, even though I've been on vacation. Well, technically it started today after an old safety meeting. I've been glum lately, Jesus. Glum. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. Like, where I'm just like, last week was like banging just with the games. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm playing all these cool games. And then this week's been like, I don't know. I just haven't been into it. Haven't been feeling well because I'm getting old, I guess. Where it's like, fuck, man, I want to play some games. Then it's like, no, I don't. But yeah, it's just been like some satisfactory. Let it grind, and it's like, oh, like, I wanted to play freaking Hogwarts all week. I have been playing it, but I haven't been progressing too far. So I mean, really, like the only thing I can really talk about. I've been doing like you said, Jesus. I've been like, you know what? I'll do some of these side missions within the castle, and those are cool. Like, go to the secret passageway and find this thing and see what you could come up with. And those have been fun. Like that's been really piquing my interest. Getting some new gear or unlocking more slots and stuff like that. So, and I haven't explored too much outside of Hogwarts and Hogsmeade and stuff. But I'm sure eventually, I'll get out there and, do more things like what are those Merlin's challenges or whatever? What are those called? But it's like, okay, I probably need different spells is probably what I need because I'll go to some of those. And I'll be like, well, like some of the, it's like, okay, it's not fire, it's not.
Yeah, you need to learn the different spells. Some of them use Lumos. Some of them
I never thought about using Luminos.
Some of them use those. Some of them, not all of them, but the ones that have like there'll be like little like rectangle looking stones, and
I saw those.
they have like a hole in the middle of them. It looks like
Yes.
black. And sometimes, like if you use Revelio, you'll see like these little green fucking flying like
I saw that today.
butterfly things.
Yeah.
So you have to go up to those butterfly green things, use Lumos on them, and they'll start following your light, and you have to guide them all the way back to the stone. And then
okay. Because I feel like I can bring it closer. Yeah. But I thought, well, how do I get it over there if it's not, reveal or not, the spell that actually brings stuff closer to you.
Fuck you.
Yeah, because I was like, that's not working. Like, that's not it. I need to do something else. But yeah, that makes sense. And I'm one of those people, Jesus, where I'm like, you know what? I should go to YouTube, and then I'm like, no, that's not fun to me.
Yeah.
Like maybe eventually, like I would.
Eventually, I did it for the moonstones, just to get the moonstones out of the way, to be able to unlock the level 3 locks. 'Cause I was getting annoyed of finding all these doors and like random parts of the castle, all these fucking doors that I could never unlock. I'm like, what's behind this fucking door?
I keep doing that today, where I'm like, yeah, level 1 lock, okay, yeah. See, I don't even have that, where it's like, I want to go this way. Fuck, level 2 lock.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't even have the ability to unlock anything yet. Why are these doors locked? So, yeah.
There's some pretty cool things in that game. There's some pretty cool just things that happen and things that you can find. There's one thing where I found like, those little frogs that teleport you to like another frog or whatever. Have you been to those?
No.
They like suck you into them. It's like a statue of a frog, and you walk up to it, and then it'll suck you into it. And it'll teleport you to like a random part of the world or the map that you're in, and it'll like teleport you to another frog, and that frog will be like in a completely different room in a completely different area. And then you can teleport. Then you go into the other frog, and that frog teleports you to another area. There was one that I got teleported like 7 times in every room that I was landing in. It was like a chest. I was like, fuck yeah, this is awesome. Every fucking room, I was like, this is a new chest. I was just opening them all up and keep teleporting. I ended up on top of Hogwarts somehow. Like I was on the top floor, or like the tower or something. I ended up all the way at the top. I know that. I was like, what the fuck? Where am I?
But speaking of that, so today I was exploring, like I said, around the castle, and then there's like another, like, small tower which is near Hogwarts, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get on my broom and just kind of see what's on top of here. So I went to like another top layer, which really just only like up a couple feet. So I'm like, can I land on this? Because I always want to challenge the game, right? And I'm like, oh, I can land on this thing. And I'm like, what are these statues? There's 4 of these, like, I thought they were frog statues, right? It's that tower with all the owls in it, which is really cool looking.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking at it, and I think I fucking hit it with like, Revelio or something. And then the statues turned. I was like, huh? I actually found something. But they didn't do anything. So I'm like, I'll have to come back to this because this means something.
Yeah.
Which I thought that's pretty cool. Yeah, but other than that, like even back in the castle where like I'm using the different spells on the regular statues, and and then they reveal like a page or something. So I've been doing those, like each one that I find. So whether it's light a flame or a levitation spell or whatever it might be. So every one I find, I've been hitting those to reveal pages to collect. So
Man.
Staying near the castle, mate.
Go explore, man. Go to the other areas. Just start going out places.
Every time I hear about the game, it makes me want to play it. And then I get away, then I get the free time, and I just don't play it. I end up playing something else. I'm like, I have it sitting there, and I'm like, I don't know what it is. It's like that whole thing of like VR. It's like, it's cool when I'm playing it, and I'm enjoying it when I play it. But getting me there, I don't know why. Like, I usually just fire up something that I feel like shorter. Like, oh, maybe I'll fire up like Gran Turismo or something and just do like a couple races and then log right back off. So maybe it's a time thing or what.
Maybe.
But
yeah.
Like I knew
away, and I'm like, oh, I should play that. I want to play it, and then I don't.
Yeah, like I was flying around on my broom, popping all the balloons over in the arena, whatever they call that thing, and I'm like, do I want another broom challenge? I'm like, no, you know what? Today's just going to be Explore Day, so that's what it was earlier. Maybe later today I'll do another main story and more missions outside of Hogwarts. So because there's good content there. So more spells to learn. A lot of good things in that game. But that's pretty much all I played, man. Just yeah,
Nice.
I've been watching Star Trek, my Picard. So it's yeah, like I got bored with games. I had to go watch a TV show. I don't know why. One of those things. What have you been playing, Mayo?
Oh man. So like last week, I know Ryan talked a little bit, but I've pretty much been playing mostly the Dead Cells DLC and just in Dead Cells in general. So that Castlevania DLC came out. Of course, it makes me want to go back and jump back in, and just to see what all they added and the things they've discovered and playing through it. I just put the game back to normal difficulty, since it's all this new content. I don't want to like play it like on the higher difficulty because the runs I know I do typically on the higher difficulty. It's like I just know the game so well, so it's like all new maps and new enemies. You don't know how they're gonna attack and stuff like that, and you don't know their patterns. So I just put it back to normal difficulty. I'm like, I'm just gonna like run right through this, DLC. And the last like 2 runs I ran through, actually, I was kind of hopeful like it would bring me a little more stuff. Like there's like a two or three biomes. There's like 2 biomes you go through, and like I don't know if they consider the 3rd biome, or I haven't seen it yet. Is where the boss is at, and they end up adding the Grim Reaper as an enemy, and so you have to like fight and kill the Grim Reaper. And the first time you kill him, you get like his weapon, which is kind of cool. And looks cool. He used it against me quite a bit. Like it's like a spinning blade, it kind of goes across the map and it comes back to you a little bit. But they added all this Castlevania old school style like weapons. You have like holy water, and you have like a cross you can throw that comes back to you. And I unlocked a couple of those, got the blueprints, and I have like so many cells usually when I do a run. I can almost unlock it like instantly. And it gives you that weapon. So I get the cross, and this cross does like crazy damage. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna take this thing because like the damage number was like 10,000 or something like that. And it comes back like a boomerang. It has a very short distance. So I grab it thinking it's like 10 times the damage of the weapon I have. And I continue on after I killed the Grim Reaper. It takes me to takes you to a room. You have 3 options, and it's all older content. So one was an expansion from before, one was the one Silt Village, and the other one was Slumber. I've done them a million times. So I went to the other one, which is one of the other expansions, and I haven't played that one in a while. Like that's one of the least played maps I probably go to, and so it was kind of challenging, like it still felt fresh. And there's some like I think a few blueprints in there I could unlock, and I ended up unlocking like a couple, I think. But I got to that enemy, and that enemy is like the Scarecrow. And I was thinking like I was gonna like whoop its ass on like normal difficulty, and it ended up killing me. So I was using that cross, and I thought that cross would do a crazy amount of damage, but it just was not like hurting that Scarecrow like as much as I thought it would, and I ended up dying. So I guess I kind of learned my lesson. But that's kind of the weird thing is when you start mixing the DLCs together.
Yeah,
Like you get this item from the new stuff, you're like, oh, it's really cool, and you want to see how it works. Then you're trying to use it against like maybe some older DLC, and it doesn't work as well, or it doesn't have the range that you need because the Scarecrow's pretty fast, and he's got like a variety of attacks, and he moves around quite a bit. He's kind of a pain, but
that's why you don't go back there that often.
right, and that's something I need to do too is go back and do that fight more often, so I'm more used to it. A lot of the enemies, like on the normal pathway that you would take, I've killed like multiple times, and I've killed them with like without taking damage. You kind of learn their patterns, and you get special skins for them and stuff like that. So it's like, oh, that's kind of cool. So you get that special skin. It's like a gold color skin of the variant that he drops from when you kill him the second time. But I ended up going through it again, and I fought the Grim Reaper the second time, and they give you a death skin, and it's kind of cool. So like I posted in the Discord just a little bit ago a picture of it. It's kind of like you like this like purple hat on, but you're like skin and bones looking. And then they added like a character from like the Castlevania series skin. I'm like some girl. It's like the one. Have you played this at all, Gunny?
I only played the beginning like 3 times.
Have you seen the
Of
cat that
Castlevania
runs around?
DLC.
Have you seen the cat that runs around? I think it's on the second map, on the second biome. There's a cat that runs around, and you got to catch it. And
No,
it's got a key, and you got to knock the key off this cat, and then the cat disappears, and you pick up this key. And as you go through, you find a locked door, and that key works in that locked door, and there's a girl locked behind it. And I end up getting her skin. I'm not sure sure who she is from like the Castlevania series because I haven't played it since like the old Nintendo days. But she has this cat. Well, she gives you her cat, and the cat is like it's one of your other abilities. It's not like your weapon. It's like your turret. It's one of those abilities, and it runs around with you, and it like jumps on your shoulder, and you can hit a button again, and it'll attack like anything in front of you. Like it does a whole bunch of like crazy damage and stuff like that. So kind of cool. They come in adding some stuff like that. Like, some of
Like
the older
your
deals. Owl.
yeah,
I don't
like
know if
a
you ever
cool
seen
companion.
Owl.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I ran around and I had that cat on there for a little while, but it's neat. I'm really liking it. It's got really good music. It's a nice change up, something new to listen to while you're playing. I think they said that was it like 20 new songs or something like that. There's a lot, I
Yeah,
think.
there was quite a bit. I know I showed you the playlist on there that I had downloaded. I know I have it. Yeah, oh, here it is. Here, yeah, it's the Dead Cells Castlevania. I just got it on Spotify. But I like that song "Prisoner's Awakening."
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's also from Castlevania, or no, that's like that's the main song, right? That one's really good. Yeah, it looks like gosh, at least yeah, well over like 30 plus songs, more like. And yeah, that's all from an artist called Yoan Luan. So yeah, okay. Here's the Vampire Killer from Castlevania. Uh, Bloody Tears. Yeah, there's a lot of good songs in there.
Nice, yeah. I'm really enjoying it though. I think it was what $10, so it wasn't like a horrible price. I was listening to VGO and Michelle was kind of complaining about like the 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 chore of having to get to the DLC. She kind of wished like you could just do the DLC like from maybe like the menus or whatever. Like at the beginning of the game, you could just start right in the DLC, or when you die, you didn't have to start over. That's just kind of like the way they've done all their DLC though. They
Yeah,
incorporated it in that first map. That prison into the cells is basically you have all these exits and the Castlevania exits in there now. So she was like, "Well, you had to run around and we had to find that," but I think that kind of helps like down the road the longevity of things. So when this DLC gets old, that's just another option, and then you're gonna have this new map, another door in there somewhere that you're gonna go to. There's a lot more things that were a lot more difficult to get to than the Castlevania DLC. I remember like the giant stuff was really difficult. Like there's that big hole at the beginning of the game. Like you go in this hole and there's like a big lava pit, and you have to be able to. When you beat the game the first time, you can like make your head pop off, and it reminds me of something like the old game called Decapitate. When your head pops off, you have to like sling it across like this lava pit, and there's a door or a pressure plate there. Your head hits it, it makes it so you can get across, and you get this item's key, and you have to go through like 4 levels to get to this one graveyard level or whatever to be able to unlock some of that stuff. And so, like, there is way more complicated stuff that you have to unlock and secrets, you can find through DLC than the Castlevania stuff. Like I said, the Castlevania I've had times where I found it almost right away.
yeah,
Like I
me
was
too. I think
pretty
within
early.
like I'm just thinking like 8 seconds or whatever. Like I mean really fast. Like as soon as you just start going to the right, like the guy's right there, and then I'm like, oh, there's the stairs right there. There it
Oh
is.
yeah, you just gotta look.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like
It's like they put it like right in the beginning for me
it's
twice.
just random generated. There's what like 3 or 4 door exits now on the first map. I'm trying to remember. There's like I want to say 4 now. I think the Castlevania one is the 4th. You got like Toxic Sewers. You got the regular one. I
Yeah,
can't remember what it's called, and then the Castlevania, and then there's one other one. But yeah, good stuff. I've been
Ramadan.
really enjoying it, collecting the skins and stuff. I have like 300 hours in that game now. And I'm not even close to beating it. Something I did find really cool. You linked it to me, Gunny. Was that little podcast episode where he talks about like stories of games?
Yeah,
And I listened to like all his DLC content, or all of his Dead Cells content, and the DLC content. And I didn't really know the story of Dead Cells because it's so mixed up. Like 'cause you only get a little bit of pieces like in the lower rooms and stuff. And as I played it over time, they've kind of kept adding, but you forget about certain things. And when you see the lower rooms, sometimes just one time, that's pretty much you don't see it much more after that or something like that.
right. So I
Or
don't know.
there's
Is he
certain
is he
events that
talking
happen.
about? Because I only listened to that one episode that I sent you, and I know there's a
The
lot
the
more.
Castlevania one, yeah.
The Castlevania one, And I think like he's not the best storyteller, is he?
Yeah.
You know, or voice actor kind of. He's not acting, um, he's saying he's talking about he's trying to keep it from spoiling like the game or whatever.
Yeah, the one I listened to, he tells you right away. He's like, "Hey, this has got major spoilers in the story."
Yeah.
You know, but I didn't care. Like I beat the game so many times, and I know what happens when you beat the game on the fifth boss cell level, which I have not. I've seen people play it, and I've seen it done, but so it didn't spoil nothing for me. But it made a lot more sense once he started explaining it. Because like I said, the game just gives you pieces of it, and then like it's kind of complicated how it all works, but that's really neat. If you get a chance, can you listen to the one about the actual game? You know, not the DLC, but just Dead Cell's story. But he also has a YouTube channel, and if you go to the YouTube channel, it gives you like a video along with it. So he shows it like in game as he's describing it. I did see that, so like that's kind of more helpful than trying to listen to like just the audio part of it. But same name on YouTube, so just go into the same name and
All right.
you'll see it. And he has a bunch of games. He has like The Last of Us, and he has a lot of indie games on there, like explaining the stories on these indie games. But it was kind of neat getting to hear that, like how it all worked, and talk about the sickness that basically it was like the sickness that goes over the land, and this king is trying to do all these things to prevent it from happening. And the sickness would basically, they would get sick and die. All the people were dying in his kingdom. And then he got the timekeeper, which is the one boss before you start getting toward the end of the game there. And and that timekeeper is part of the reason things kind of keep resetting. They use a timekeeper to hold the sickness at bay, and they keep kind of like backing up time until they can find a cure. And then your character cannot die, and he talks about like more like who your character is, and you kind of learn about that. And so that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
But, besides that, I've been on the go a lot. So a little bit of Jesus. I went up going back and playing a little bit of Call of the Lamb. I haven't played that game forever, so I ended up doing a fresh start again. And I'm only a little ways into it, but like I've been since I've been on the go. I'm gonna get this Switch out. I haven't had the Switch out in a while. Haven't had a reason to play it, so I'm just gonna fire up some Call of the Lamb, take it with me to work or whatever. Play it on my breaks, play it on my lunch. So that's one thing I've been playing. Like I said, I haven't really touched Hogwarts much at all. A little bit of Gran Turismo. That's just kind of hop in, do a couple races, and I'm still not a big fan. I think Forza is way better. Like Forza Horizon, it's that open world, just driving around in the variety of cars. Where Gran Turismo is more of a simulation and stuff like that. I don't know. It doesn't grab me as well as like Forza does. So, but it's still fun.
Yeah. What about the we were talking for the weekend. I know you were setting up your son with the Diablo 4
Yeah,
beta. Is that something you didn't play but your son did?
I did not play it myself. He bought it and he wanted me to download it on my PC when he was here, and he played it like nonstop. So he got in
The queue.
the queue, whatever. They had problems the first day right off the rip where you would get in the game and the game would crash, and it would take you back to the queue, and you'd be like 100th person in line, and you'd have to wait an hour to get back in. So he would play like a different game on the other monitor while he was waiting. Then he'd get back in, he'd play for like a half hour, and it would crash. I know that happened a lot the first day. It was like they were having some server issues and stuff like that, and I know streamers were having the same issue, and he was watching a couple of streamers at the same time, and he was getting all excited to play it, but he had some friends he was playing with, but it got better like a day, the next day. I think Saturday, it got way better, and he put a lot of time into it. They gave I think 3 characters or 4 characters. I can't remember what he said, but he went ahead and he maxed out all characters to see which ones he liked. Hoping maybe some stuff will like items will carry over, but probably not. But he got some items. Like he did say they will carry over to the next beta, which is next weekend. That's an open beta for everybody. But they're gonna have 2 more characters that are new that he hasn't played yet next weekend. So he'll get to try those out and then kind of see how he wants to go from there. But he was really liking it. From what I've seen over his shoulder, I'd check on him every once in a while. I'd look and see it. It looked pretty good. It looked good graphically. The UI looked pretty decent and stuff like that. And So it's kind of, it looks like it's more open worldish, I guess, the way he was kind of saying, where you can get like a mountain and do some more traveling, and you got to do some other things, and they have like brought back a couple characters from like Diablo 1 and stuff, like the
Nice.
Butcher and stuff like that. Like they've had to come across those, and I think he was in 1 and 3, and they brought him back in 4. I don't think he was in 2, but he played it quite a bit. He put a lot of hours in this weekend, and then
Nice.
he's anxious to get
Yeah.
back into it next weekend.
Yeah, I'll definitely pick it up when it comes out.
It seems like it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, I didn't pre-order. I generally don't pre-order games. Like I just purchase them on the day they come out. You know, like I never like giving any developer money way ahead of time. Even for a code, I could have went to like KFC and got me a double down and got a code, but ended up going to McDonald's. You know, with the family, getting some Cardi B meals. Jesus, we got our Cardi B fucking meals at McDonald's.
There you go.
No, I don't know. My son wanted it. He's 16. I didn't want a Cardi B. I wanted a fucking. I almost said Whopper, but what is hell? What's
What?
what's the? Is it the quarter pounder? The fucking the 2B at the McDonald's?
The Big Mac? The Big
Yeah.
Macs?
Sure, quarter
The
pounder with
Gunny
cheese.
over.
I don't fucking know. We went over there instead. I was like, well, they're not gonna let me go over there and get a code. So, oh, and besides, like my KFC, they don't even let you come inside. Like you got to go through the drive-through.
What?
And if that line's like too long or whatever, screw it. But yeah, open beta this weekend
Nice.
coming up. So yeah, I'll definitely jump into that. But one more thing, Mayo, just because I'm just interjecting here. So there is a game. I'm gonna buy it. It's coming out. I think it's early access on Steam. It's called The Last Epoch. EPOCH. So I'm gonna pick that up. Probably play that this week. It's not a game that's on sale. It's like $35. So
What is
it's
it about?
more. Yeah, definitely want to get that and check it
Mm.
out. It's Diablo-esque style type game.
Nice. When is The Last of Us coming out on PC, Jesus? Do you know? I'm looking up right now.
This week, maybe next
Um,
month.
This is a bundle.
I did
I
play
do
some of
think
that Days Gone. Forgot to mention that on my PS4.
The 28th. So I thought I actually
on
started
Steam.
playing this. I started playing this a little bit as well. I played the Last of Us PS4 remake,
Yeah.
the most recent one, besides that new one they have for the PS5. I figured why pay for the PS5 one? I can just pay this one for free on PS Plus. So I'm only a little ways in. I'm about to the point where I stopped at last time. About the part where Tess dies. That's kind of like where I stopped. But thinking about buying this on the PC or the PS5.
Really?
I kind of keep getting that tempt. I'm like, oh, I should
You're
just
like,
get the new version and get the better
yeah.
graphics if I'm going to play through this game again. And then I'm like, no. And then I'm like, then in my mind, I'm like, oh, I should just do it. Then I should just get it on the PC. So I'll probably cave and probably end up doing it and feed Ryan's arch
There you
enemy
go.
some more. Give them some money.
Speaking of the PS5, I saw one the other day at Walmart. Just
I saw one at Best
They're more
Buy.
common, yeah.
They're more common now.
I went to get a
find them.
freezer. Was it Sunday? I think it was. And then over at Best Buy, I needed a freezer to put some food in.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, oh, they got the Xbox Series X. So I grabbed
I
one of
haven't
those
seen
things.
any of those.
Yeah, I don't
No,
see
and
those
then
either.
the guy goes, you know what? I went to pay for it, and he goes, no, they're out of stock. I checked everywhere. They were completely out. But they had a couple of PS5s.
Hmm.
that were in
That's
stock.
weird that they don't have. Yeah, I haven't
But-
never seen an Xbox Series X in stock somewhere, but I have seen PS5s, and the other day I saw one at
Yeah,
at,
there must have
Walmart.
been a big shipment that came in because that article we read recently, that was about right because I've been seeing it more on the Twitters, available through the Sony store, through Walmart, through Target. Yeah,
Yeah. So if you're looking for a PS5, just keep your eye out, people. I kind of want a Series X, but I don't even know why. I should just get a PS5 instead.
Yeah, I would say Jesus get a PS5.
well,
Well, because you get your PC. So what are you going to play on the
Yeah.
Series X that you're not going to play on your PC?
True.
I mean,
True.
I was just thinking the other day I had my Xbox One X, it's not a Series X, but I had that One X in my living room. I haven't touched it in a while. I'm like, Maybe I should just get rid of it. You know, like give it to my daughter and let her take it home and let her play Xbox at home or whatever. Because I'm just sitting there thinking, like, I don't ever touch it. Because if I do play anything that's on the Xbox, it's usually on my PC. I'll play it on there.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm going to get the Xbox Series X, and then I'm going to take that to the house. Excuse me, that's where the my Series S is going to go, the one I'm currently using. So that's going to go up there. And then the One X, I don't know. I guess maybe I'll just sell it or
And the hard
put it in
drive, that thing
storage
is
or something.
so
I don't know. Probably
slow.
sell it.
I hate loading games like that. After playing
Yeah.
I'm not saying the PS5 is super fast. I know people were like, "Oh, talking about," that's what Bill Gardner and them were just talking about it on Discord. But the UI and on the Xbox One X feels like it's really sluggish with the controller. It's almost like a little bit of a delay. Like, and it just feels like when I go to load a game, it's just like loading. It's like, oh, let me go make a sandwich and come back. Like I'm not used to
Yeah.
that. It's weird. Like the PC isn't like that. Yeah, PlayStation isn't like that. I fire up a game in the living room and it's like, oh yeah, let me load it off this old school hard drive we have in here, and so it kind of bugs me sometimes too. So like then I think about getting a Series X. I'm like, oh, at least I'll have faster load times. But then I go, how much will I actually play it? Because again, I had the PC not too far away. I can just play on that. So the only other thing I did, I messed around. Dead Cells was on PS Plus on the PS5 as well. So I went ahead and just installed it just to see what it was like on the OLED. And I forgot, like it shows like this one scene they're talking about in the story. Like there's this big skeleton guy. He's like the giant, and he has like this spear through him in the background. And then on my PC version of the game on Steam, when I have all the hours in, he's not even there because once you beat the game, all that stuff changes. So like it showed all these things on there that I'm missing on my game on the Steam. And then like playing on the PS5 was really weird too because like you don't have like the wall run and the double jump and the ground pound and stuff like that. So like stuff I've had on Dead Cells for a very, very, very long time, I didn't have on the PS5 version playing through it, and it just felt weird. I just kind of turned off. I didn't pursue it much more than that. But that's pretty much all I've been playing.
Nice. Yeah, I'm looking right now at PS5s at Best Buy, and there's a few in stock around here. One store has them, the other stores don't. I was thinking, man, I should have bought that PS5 the other day.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much. But what are you gonna play on the PS5 right now that you haven't played?
Exactly.
When you had one.
That's why I didn't buy it.
I mean, there's no real hurry, I guess, because there's nothing exclusive yet that's come out, right? Unless you just want to play in your living room.
Which I don't really want to. So, nah, you're right, Mel. Don't need it. Don't need it.
I still gotta fire up the Ragnarok God of War. I still have that. I own it.
I guess I would play that if anything, right?
And then
that's what I need to get back into.
The Horizon Zero Dawn, the new one. I own that. I bought that physical when I bought the PS5. Never played it because I never got to it yet. Because I played some of the motor titles, and now it's on PS Plus. So like I should maybe just go over and just trade my copy in, even though I've never played it because I bought a physical disc. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. Evan started playing it when he was here, and he got to like the title part of it. It shows you a little bit of the game, and he said he really wasn't feeling it. He said maybe because it was too recently from the last one for him, but he said he just really wasn't into the game yet. But that's pretty much it. What time is it, Jesus?
It's news time. Let's get into some news, gentlemen.
Beep, 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 beep.
We got the news. For you. So, what's some news here? First piece of news that I have is Rust developer Face Punch Studios has canceled a small event that would have taken place at a coffee shop in San Francisco next week, citing an IRL threat. The meet and greet was set to take place near the 2023 Game Developers Conference and was pitched by Face Punch as a chance for conference attendees and fans to meet the Rust team. share their portfolios, and talk shop. In an email exchange with Rust producer Alistair McFarlane, she said they said the threats are commonplace for developers of the survival game. They said community-facing staff see threats daily, he wrote, typically from players who lash out on social media over changes they don't like. McFarlane also pointed out to cheat makers and users as a source of harassment and threats, saying that individuals from the cheat community will often go to great efforts to target individual staff members. In some instances, staff members and their families have had to change their personal details due to doxing, which often takes a heavy toll on their mental health. The location of next week's events had been publicly broadcasted, and following threats to kill, the studio decided that holding it would present too great a safety risk and cause too much anxiety for the staff who would be attending. These threats are very concerning and must be taken seriously, they said. And Facepunch will still be attending the Game Developers Conference as planned, and says those who plan to go to the meetup can instead get in touch by email. So there's that. That sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks that a few people ruined it for everyone.
Yep.
Right.
I know that's supposed to start Wednesday, like the GDC, like official. Jesus, I could tell you that last week, like on the Google Documents, my at my kid's school, at his high school, somebody shared it with somebody, and obviously they got in there and just started talking about, threatening to blow up the school and all this shit or shoot it up or something. And I know that, like, even my wife was like, oh, okay, like, seems concerning or whatever, but, they got the document now secure. And of course, there's going to be a lot of police officers there, but they've never had, like, violence. But still, like, my kid was a little freaked out, like, especially seeing how there's like 7 people in his classroom and, a lot of people stayed home just out of the fear of it. But I get, and I was trying to, just think about it like, man, well, if I would have read that, like, myself and just how it was worded, and I probably would have been, extremely concerned. And not that I wasn't, but, I was talking to my kid about that. But it just sucks, man. People got to fucking do all this shit on the internet and threaten and scare people, It just pisses me off. You got to ruin it for everybody. That is screwed up. So that Rust is already a toxic community.
Yeah. In other news, Respawn reckons that Apex Legends will be around for 10 to 15 years or more, and they have opened a new studio to make that happen. This new Wisconsin studio will focus on live services development, while Respawn as a whole thinks about the game's accessibilities for new players. Says here, Apex Legends is in it for the long haul. The game's developer Respawn Entertainment just opened a new studio in Madison, Wisconsin, with an eye to keeping the Apex series going for another 10 to 15 years, according to game director Steven Ferreira. As someone who has never been able to answer the question, where do you see yourself in 5 years? This is fucking crazy because he's actually going to be working on this game for 15 years, apparently. In a chat with GameIndustry.biz, Respawn bigwigs Daniel Suarez, Ryan Burnett, and Ferreira said that the Wisconsin studio would focus on Apex's live services development. Building the live service of Apex is a constant cycle, trying new things and experimenting, and that's what Wisconsin is going to give us. So there's that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like to be around for a while, right? That's a long time. I didn't see Apex being around for that much longer. I mean, I do see it around for a while, but like, I think 15 years. Like, holy cow!
Well, they're saying that not Apex as it is right now. They're saying think of Apex as a franchise now. Don't think of it Don't think of it as a standalone battle royale thing. Think of it as a franchise, its own thing apparently, and that's what this is for. Which kind of sucks because what happened to Titanfall?
Right.
Well, I thought about this, guys. Where I thought, yeah, like they opened up that other studio or a new studio, but I mean, who knows? Like it could. I'm hopeful, right? I'm optimistic that this could go to something more than, like who knows? Maybe they'll be like, you know what, Titanfall 3 is coming, guys, 2025 or whatever, something big, So,
Mm,
and we got the team in Wisconsin working on it. So it's always good. EA's got lots of money to throw around, So
Right.
why not
It's
open up
just
more shit?
it's so
They need to
weird to
make
me
more
that
games, Put in
yeah,
my
it's like
vault.
they're all about like doing these. I mean, they haven't. What have they brought to us here recently? Like, they're just rehashing some older stuff, but like they have this
Yeah,
IP back here and they're just not using it. It's
that's
like,
true. I looked at my vault through my EA Game Pass, and I was like, you know what? Like, man, they need to make more shit. Like, this seems to be drying up a little bit, like Ubisoft. Not like
yeah,
that, but I
that's
was like,
that's kind of my mindset. It's like EA. I don't really look at their store anymore. I don't really look at what they have coming out that much. Besides their typical, they got their Battlefield type stuff, or but we haven't seen much from them really.
no, we haven't. I know it's like, come on, guys, make more games, more new games. Like, it's always a new Need for Speed. That's great. I haven't even played Unbounded yet.
Me
Every time
either.
I look at it, I'm gonna click on it. I'm gonna play the trial, guys. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna get at least 2 hours minimum. That's usually good enough, right? Even 10's like super generous, but yeah, I don't know. I just
I
haven't
don't know. I feel
been
like
into racing
I feel
games.
like Titanfall. I never hear anybody not, or I never hear anybody complain about like Titanfall. Like when people make comments like, "Hey, we should make a new Titanfall." I don't never hear anybody go like, "No, that game was dumb. That won't sell." Every time I hear somebody make a comment like that, they're like,
No.
"Definitely wanting a Titanfall." So I feel like it's wanted and it's out there and it's in the media that people want it, but yet EA just doesn't listen. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah, and I'm sure
which they have
Respawn
to see it. I mean, they have
probably
to
went
see
over
that.
and said, "Hey, can we make it?" And they were probably like, "No, you can't do that. Like, if I got to make Apex, we need Apex coins and DLC, and you need to rake in some of this freaking DLC cash." Yep.
And that's probably what it's about. It's about the money in that aspect of the DLC, and they can make money that way. Because let's face it, I guess they're gonna make way more money on DLC on an old game that some people are playing. So I don't know. I just think they need to intertwine the two of them somehow. Make something really cool. Make like a single player game of Titanfall, and somehow have some kind of cross reference of Apex in there. I think would make it neat, and you could appease to both.
Yeah.
But
I'm just going to throw this in there, Mayo, real quick, because I did see it on Twitter earlier that a uh, Canadian judge rejects unlawful gambling accusations in EA loot box lawsuit. Since I brought it up, so that's still a thing.
wow, yeah.
But check this out. It says that the court rules the class action lawsuit claim may proceed, but based on the prospect of deceptive practices. I can't speak today. But it's kind of funny, right? Like, it's not gambling, but it's deceptive practices.
Right.
Yeah. Call it what it is, I guess, right? Like, before we can go forward. Sure.
Speaking
Fucking
of
EA.
lawsuit things, I happened to roll across my Facebook or something like that the other day, and thing came up for Steam. It was like, I'm sure it's probably some fake thing. It's like you can get half of your money back on your Steam purchases, and I'm like, yeah, right. I haven't read the news or anything about Steam. I haven't heard anything about Steam, but I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'm just gonna jump on that.
Yeah.
Give them all my Steam
They
information,
really they really crossed the line with the Star Wars Battlefront. So,
Yeah,
not the, and again, a great game, right? But they really crossed it with that the way that shit was set up.
I really enjoyed that game.
Yeah. It's great. It's still great. Matter of fact, it's kind of weird now when you go back to it and you'll jump in, you'll be like, wait, where's I can't open any boxes. What's happening? Not
Did
same. Like,
Speaking of that, did you guys see the trailer of the new Star Wars game?
it's
You guys
looking
watch it?
really, really good.
yeah.
Like, man, every week they put out something new or some kind of new anime, fucking some videos that are just like amazing. Always showing Cal like, yeah, it's fucking pretty awesome.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. I never finished the first one. I should go back and try and finish that one.
I didn't either. Even though it's great, it's like, I don't know if I'm into fucking lightsaber fighting.
Right.
I think I just got done playing Tomb Raider or something, and then I jumped in that. I'm like, it feels like more Tomb Raider. Still great, but
I liked it a lot. I'm looking forward to the new one. Anyway, so you guys ready for some more news?
Mm-hmm.
Another news, Electronic Arts and developer DICE has now announced plans to sunset a selection of older Battlefield games and Mirror's Edge later this month. So, the games that are leaving will be Battlefield, Bad Company 2 is one of them. And Battlefield 1943 is another one.
that was a good game.
Mm-hmm. And Battlefield Bad Company, the first one, is also leaving. Later, at the end of next month, April 28th, as of that day, you will no longer be able to purchase any of these titles, including those and Mirror's Edge, from digital storefronts anywhere, including PC and all the console stores. They're going to be removed. And as of, I believe, sometime in December this year, December 8th, the servers for any of the Battlefield games and or Mirror's Edge will be taken offline. That means that those games will no longer have any online support. But EA said if you own the titles, you will still be able to access the single player content if you wish to do so. So the campaigns and whatnot, you can still play all that. But yeah, they said that they are moving forward to focusing on the next Battlefield games and continuing the franchise.
Nice. I think that I think this is one of those things where we recently saw, who was it? Project fucking CD Red, or I don't know who it was. Activision, where they delist old games. Ubisoft, that's who it was. Right? They delist them and then they're generally back within a few weeks or a month, right? Almost like they put them back on under, like a new, license or whatever.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the thing is they're saying that they're not gonna sell these because the online component is gonna be off.
Yeah, right. So they might redo it and then just say, "Look, it's a single player thing or whatever under a new price," or it'll show like a release date of 2023. So
Maybe.
I would hope, but I mean, yeah, you probably won't be able to play multiplayer, co-op, or anything.
Maybe.
So part of it is going away forever.
Forever. Let's move on to some more news. More news here. What is this? A few months ago, Netflix announced that it was partnering with Gears of War developer The Coalition to bring a film and TV project to the streaming service. And today, the company announced the writer on the film project will be John Spites, known most recently for his work on Dune and Doctor Strange. In release of that news, he said, Gears of War is one of the all-time great action games with vivid characters, a beautiful designed world, and a combat system that drives home the lethality of war and the importance of standing by your squad mates. It wants to be cinema, and I'm thrilled to have the chance to make that happen. In the same press release, the Coalition called Spates a master storyteller. The Gears of War developer will also be attached to this project as a producer, and that's what's going to happen. There's no release window for the project yet, but it is coming, Gunny. Are you excited for a Gears of War series? I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I think it'll be good. It could be good.
That one I was excited for. Like I said, I'm not the biggest Halo fan. I never did finish season 1 for Master Chief, but yeah, but Gears, fuck yeah, I want to see some more of that.
It could be good. I feel like a lot could go wrong in that as well. Like, depends how they do it,
Right.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I know I'm going to finish that whole season. Love my Gears.
I mean, if it sucks, then you won't finish it.
That's true, right? I might get to episode 3 like Halo and be like, all right, I'm going to go watch something better. No, I'm going to go play video games. Yeah. But, yeah. I'm hopeful. Hopefully put something good out.
Yeah.
I read the books, a couple of the books too. Gears of War. They were really good. I didn't
No-
read them on Audible. That's what I did.
In other news, more sad news here. Destiny 2, Horizon Forbidden West, and Horizon Forbidden West actor Lance Reddick died at the age of 60. Lance Reddick, perhaps best known for his roles in the HBO's The Wire, has now died. He was 60 years old. At the time of the writing, the cause of death is unknown, but according to TMZ, law enforcement sources say it appears to be natural. And beyond The Wire, Reddick was also known for having roles in other shows like Fringe, Lost, Botch, and even last year's Resident Evil series on Netflix. His movie credits include John Wick franchises, and he was currently promoting the latest John Wick 4, which is going to hit theaters pretty soon. I think it already
Friday.
has.
Couple days.
Yeah. On the video game side of things, you may know him as the voice actor behind Destiny 2 Savalos. You know, the guy who's in the tower. He's in the tower. You talk to him.
Still there.
He's still there.
He
He
lives
also
on, man.
provided his voice and likeness to Silence in PlayStation's Horizon series and Martin Hatch in Remedy's Quantum Break.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So there's that. I mean, it's crazy. It's kind of cool seeing the things coming out of Destiny for him. Like, people go and hang out in the tower and shit, you know. Fucking visit him, pay respects.
Yeah. I will always remember him from John Wick though.
Right.
Yeah, the guy in the hotel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same here. What else? Move on to some more news here. More news. Rest in peace, my guy. Xbox head says Microsoft's mobile game store could arrive next year. That's right. Microsoft is now currently preparing to launch an Xbox store within the iOS and Android platforms as early as next year, according to Phil Spencer. The head of the company's gaming division shared the timeline in a Financial Times interview published on Monday, noting that the plan is dependent on regulators approving Microsoft's $68.7 billion acquisition of Blizzard. We want to be in a position to offer Xbox and content from both of us and our third-party partners across any screen where somebody would want to play, Spencer told the outlet. Today, we can't do that on mobile devices, but we want to build towards a world that we think will be coming where those devices are now opened up. Microsoft first revealed it was working on an Xbox store for mobile devices and regulatory documents the company filed with the UK's Competition and Markets Authority last year. At the time, the tech giant didn't provide a timeline for the plan, noting only its proposed merger with Activision Blizzard would play a critical role. Spencer was now more direct on Monday. The Digital Markets Act that's coming, those are the kind of things that we're planning for, he said. I think it's a huge opportunity. Under the new DMA Act, the Digital Markets Act, I guess it's just the DMA, right? Major platforms the European Union designated as gatekeepers will be required to open their devices to competing app stores. Last fall, Bloomberg Report said Apple was already at work preparing to make iOS compliant with the legislation ahead of its March 2024 deadline. The European Union will allow companies it labels as gatekeepers to appeal the designation, a carve-out that could delay enforcement of the law. Additionally, with challenges from the Federal Trade Commission and CMA, there's no guarantee Microsoft acquisition of Activision Blizzard would close before this new rule apply to Apple and Google, a fact Spencer seemed to acknowledge when interviewed by the Financial Times. However, he said it would be pretty trivial for Microsoft to adapt its existing Xbox and Game Pass apps to sell games and subscriptions through mobile devices. So I don't know if you guys know this, but I think last year, a few years ago, the European Union said that, hey, all you fucking assholes like Google and Apple with Android and iOS, you guys need to let other stores in your store.
Right. That was part of that Epic versus
To a point.
Apple lawsuit, right? Kind of.
Yeah, so Xbox would actually be able to sell full price titles via the App Store. They could sell you a game through the Xbox platform. That's kind of crazy, right? To think about. So think about now when because they have that. Well, at least I don't know if they still do it or not, but like they had that thing a while back where you bought a game on the console, it was available to you on the PC because you pretty much bought a license for both.
Mm-hmm.
So is it not going to be, if you buy a game on your Xbox, you can play it on your phone because on the cloud on your phone because you have access to it because now you've paid for the license once on here.
Right.
So they're giving to you access on the phone. So that's how it's gonna work. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a little confused on exactly how that's going to work. So what's is that the whole deal with like you think that's why there's going to be a mobile game store? I don't understand that part. Like unless they're I don't know.
I'm thinking that's gonna be it. They're gonna be able to sell games to you that you can stream via the cloud through xCloud on your phone on the Xbox.
Hmm.
So you buy it once already, right? You say, I'm gonna buy whatever Call of Duty, but you can now stream it on your phone, Mayo, and play it via the
There you
cloud.
go. Yeah.
In other news, on to some more news. More news. Okay. Wow. Oh, this is kind of weird. It's the same picture for different articles. Weird.
Maybe that was my fault.
In a filing on Thursday, the European Union competition regulators said that it had pushed back its provisional deadline to rule the deal from April 25th to May 22nd after Microsoft submitted remedies in a bid to gain its approval. While details of the remedies offered were not made public, Microsoft has now recently announced several partnerships to bring Call of Duty to new consoles and cloud gaming platforms should the deal be approved. They said they've stood behind the promises, so they now have to extend the deadline. They pretty much had a deadline to make a ruling on this by May 22nd. Now the European Union is or the Commission or whatever the fuck they're called. They're like, look, man, we need more time now, okay? You guys keep submitting more shit.
Yeah.
We need more time now to make this fucking ruling, you pricks. So whatever, it's cool. We'll see what happens. And in other news, Microsoft has just told regulators, including the UK's Competition and Markets Authority, they have been expressing concerns that Microsoft's $69 billion acquisition could significantly reduce PlayStation's ability to compete, given that it would see Microsoft gain ownership of the Call of Duty series, which Sony has called irreplaceable. In a bid to gain approval for the deal, Microsoft has told regulators that it's willing to make each new Call of Duty game available on PlayStation the same day it comes to Xbox. Same day, Gunny. For a 10-year period. With all the content and features. There will be no exclusive content and features tied to the Xbox, they said.
Well, okay. So does that mean let's fast forward, whatever, 5 years from now, whatever, everything's fell through. Microsoft is now has all the fucking advertising rights and all that stuff. So you're telling me that even Xbox can't play 4 days early? Is that what they're saying?
Nope.
Like, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to let our players play 4 days early.
Even though we same day release, they said.
Basically saying that everybody get everything at the same time, kind of thing.
Says here the 10-year term will extend into the next console generation. Moreover, the practical effect of the remedy will go beyond the 10-year period, since games downloaded in the final year of the remedy can continue to be played for the lifetime of that console and beyond with backwards compatibility. Microsoft says that they consider that a period of 10 years is sufficient time for Sony as a leading major publisher and a console platform, and the leading console platform, to develop their alternative to Call of Duty. They say the 10-year duration is sufficient, and whether there would be a cliff edge for Sony at the end of this period, that period is 10 years, they said. I mean, that's up to them, they said. It is not our fault that you guys cannot make a Call of Duty in 10 years. Back in response to this question that was submitted by the Brazil's Administrative Council for Economic Defense, which approved the deal when Sony labeled the Call of Duty game, an essential game, a blockbuster, and a AAA game that has no rival. It wrote, according to a 2019 study, the importance of Call of Duty to entertainment in general is indescribable. The brand is the only video game IP to break into the top 10 of entertainment of all entertainment brands amongst their fans, joining powerhouses such as Star Wars, Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, and Lord of the Rings. Call of Duty is so popular that it influences users' choice of the console, and its community of loyal users is entrenched enough that even if a competitor had the budget to develop a similar game, it would not be able to rival the game. That's what they're saying. That's what Sony is saying, right? They're saying, like, look, man.
Okay, I agree. That's why
too
Microsoft
powerful.
is buying them. I guess. I don't know. Yeah, because they're the leader. They want the leader. They want to buy the leader. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
Why
like,
not?
yeah, why do you think they're trying to buy? Fuck yeah, I would be trying to buy them too, bro. Like,
You know what?
yeah.
Of course, fucking Uncle Phil over there. He's like, we just want Candy Crush. That's all we want. Candy Crush. We like the Candy Crush. I guess if it comes with Call of Duty, why not?
Well,
You know?
I guess it's just a side thing, you know.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal to us.
Right. Yeah.
You know.
It's not,
Well,
right. I mean,
if they
life goes
really-
on if we don't get it, but
If they really want Candy Crush, why don't they just buy King from Activision?
yeah, they could be like, can we just buy that IP from you? You can
Why
sell
don't
the
you
rest
guys-
to
Why
somebody
don't you
else.
guys just buy the mobile
10 cent? I don't
developer
know.
King? We'll sell you King, and we'll keep Call of Duty to ourselves. How about that? Give us $50 billion for King,
Right?
and we'll keep
Yeah.
Call of Duty. How about that? Oh man! Microsoft has also recently said, MAiO, and the latest news about this. There's like news about this like every fucking day.
I know, right?
All right.
Yeah, it's always
All
something.
right. They said that Microsoft will have every incentive to develop games with optimized support for PS5 features, such as haptics and future consoles, in order to maximize their sales on their platform. Okay, so they're saying that they're gonna have all the features, Gunny, all of them, super features on the PlayStation. They said, if you guys just let us buy this, guys, we promise you we'll add all the features in. We're not gonna take away your haptic feedback triggers. Okay,
I feel like just to stop right there. Already feel like there's going to be lawsuits, right? Because let's just assume that Microsoft makes good on their word, right?
Mhm.
And internally, they're just like, yeah, let's do the haptic feedback for these fucking crybabies, okay? Because that's what they want. No, I don't know. It's just saying.
Yeah.
And then let's reverse the triggers so it really fucks them up, or something. Oops, sorry about that. And then like there's going to be some kind of group lawsuit from, coming over from Sony, They want to buy our
Microsoft
game.
Comes out with their own controller that has it, and they just make it for both games. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There you go. There's a good solution.
And that's just a standard procedure,
Yeah. And then of course, Phil's going to come out. Hey man, just come over here to Microsoft. You could buy it here. Like it works over here. I don't know, something. I don't know. It's gonna be weird. It is gonna. I'm just trying to think through on that, where it's gonna be like, you have to make the same game for your rival, So I don't know. It's just weird. But I still stand by my word where I think like, I understand there's all these different governed bodies or whatever. Because I'd be like, why the fuck do I have to make it one for my competitor or whatever?
Yeah.
If I want to, I will. Because it is money, right? So make a lot of money, but and then on the other side of the coin, I always think like, Jim Ryan and those bigwigs over at Sony, like, of course they're just going to say anything, to stop this acquisition from going through.
Yeah. But if I was them, I would also be saying, yeah, of course Microsoft is going to say that. They're going to say they're going to have all this shit. We don't want that. We don't want this deal to go through.
Yeah. And, of course, we see Microsoft just over there really, really doing their best, offering these 10-year deals to these streaming companies we've never heard of,
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, there's another streaming platform out there? Okay, what's it called? Yeah, I never heard of it. But okay, here's your 10-year deal. So, yeah, it's like, look at this, EU. Come on. What's going on here? Make this deal happen. I'm sure somebody's getting paid. and these things are going to go through. I don't know, what are they called, like concessions or whatever. Of maybe there is going to have to be some kind of 10-year deal or something
What if it
longer.
was? What if it was a 15-year deal? You think they would do it then?
But how does
Who,
but
Sony?
Yeah.
no,
They've
I
already
don't.
said it last week, or didn't they say
Oh
like
yeah, they said they don't give a fuck.
we're like we don't care. We're like fuck you. We just don't want Microsoft
Yeah.
having
Yeah,
Call of
you're
Duty
right.
basically.
Right, because you think about it. Sony already has a deal, right, with Activision. They already have it. So why would they want this one, right? Why would they want to agree to this one? So I don't know. At the end, does it work to where Sony, Xbox heads come over to, these commissions or whatever the fuck they're called, right? And do they sit at a table at the very end and say, all right, we think, that because we decide, right, whether this deal goes through, we're going to say 15-year deal. I don't know how that works, but or it has to be on the console forever as long as you make it for Xbox. But of course, Microsoft would be like, okay, good, right? You figure, that's money in the bank for us. Of course, we'll just make it every time, all the time. As long as this, this game exists. So this IP, we'll just keep putting it on all platforms because we'll just keep printing more money. I don't know. So I don't know. Yeah, just I'm just, hey, just put it on Game Pass so I can I don't have to buy it. So play zombies. So, yeah.
And my last piece of news that I have for you guys, it's some Roblox news actually. Roblox announced recently that last month they outlined their vision for an AI assisted content creation. So imagine, Gunny,
Oh, this is gonna be news for my son.
Imagine a future where generative AI can help users create code, 3D models, and more with little more than just a text prompt. Now it's taking its first steps toward allowing every user on Roblox to be a creator by launching their first AI tools, Code Assist and Material Generator, which are both in beta. Although neither tool is anywhere close to generating a playable Roblox experience from a text description, the head of Roblox Studio, Steph Carrasa, told an audience at GDC 2023 this week that they can help automate basic coding tasks so you can focus on your creative work. For now, that means being able to generate useful code snippets and object textures based on short prompts. Roblox announcement for the tools offered a few examples, generating realistic textures for, quote, a bright red rock canyon and a stained glass, or producing several lines of functional code that will make a certain object change color and self-destruct after a player interacts with them. Both of those functions might sound familiar to you if you've experimented with AI chatbots. GPT-3 can already create functional code snippets based on prompts. Code Assist looks promising, but Roblox is careful to state that it is imperfect and may generate incorrect or misleading information. It is still up to you to review, test, and determine if the code suggestion is contextually appropriate. Even so, Roblox's Carrasa seems confident that this was the first step towards making every user on the Roblox platform a creator, suggesting that it may be only a few years before these tools can generate fully playable interactive 3D scenes from a simple prompt. Now, this is fucking crazy, right?
Yeah. Almost roguelike.
Is AI, guys, is this AI? Does this mean that like coders just are going to lose their jobs to this AI?
Or I mean, not all coders, but definitely like I know what you're saying.
Guys.
Like, are we going to see like in 5 years? We're going to be like they just laid off like 10,000 coders.
Yeah. EA just fired everyone
except for 2 people, right?
Xbox just fired everyone on the Call of Duty team because they make the same game every year. Pretty much, they figured an AI could do this.
Right,
so,
they got AI bot in there just making new maps.
AI create a new skin. AI create a new gun. AI create a new soldier skin.
You don't have to pay the AI.
Yeah, you just buy the AI once and you just use the AI.
Good point. Yeah.
Crazy. Oh, the company who creates the perfect AI like this, right? The one that could do it all. The one that could make a Call of Duty, MAiO.
Mm-hmm.
That company is going to be $1 trillion company.
Yeah, I saw. So speaking of that, Jesus, I was reading an article earlier. When I was looking at news where one of the I don't know what, I think he was like engineer over at Nvidia, but he's quitting to go work for some kind of like chat bot company. I don't know, like something huge, where
The future, man. Chatbots are going to be doing everything for us. Chatbot, create me something, and they're going to just be like beep beep boop beep boop, and they're going to create it.
Yeah,
That's
I think they could just recreate our voices and they'll be doing the podcast for us.
Yeah,
Right.
Hey, chatbot.
Jesus already had it trying to write an episode for us, didn't you?
We did. We actually did that.
We were messing with Ryan and
Yeah.
I might have recorded that, guys. I might have a recording of that.
And you know what? I'm
gonna have to let you edit it. It's a little long, but it's pretty good.
I'm gonna pull it up right
You
now.
can pull that out. Pull that in. We'll throw it in a bonus episode.
This is Bing's AI, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that was
is,
like after a week after it was sort of released.
This one, I'm pretty sure it's.
But we read it on.
It's Microsoft.
I think I recorded it. It's not part of the show, guys, but I do pre-recordings.
I don't remember my password. I made a password for this shit. What the hell is my password?
But yeah, I think Jesus did one. I think Ryan
live
did
on the
one.
show. What's your password?
What is the password? Oh fuck! I have to check my email now and find the password. It's gonna take a long time, guys.
Or is the password? What is the password?
Yeah. Well, capital W, by the way. Yeah.
A capital W. And an O instead of a 0 instead of the O for password.
Yeah.
That'll throw them off. Add a 1 at the end. Okay, there you go. They know
it. Anyways, yeah, man, that's crazy for me that this AI is becoming a thing everywhere. And like I said, man, you never know. 5 years from now, we could be reading the news about how Activision fires everybody or Xbox fires everybody at Activision because they don't need them.
Yeah.
They got an AI that could do all the coding.
Damn. And they don't need any freaking writers, right? Because they'll just write the stories.
They don't need they don't need writers. They don't need voice actors. Yeah, once they got AI that can be like. Have you seen that AI that can like make a video of like a person giving like a instructional video? Have you seen that one?
No, I haven't.
So it generates like a video. Like you can say, make an instructional video about CPR, and you can pick the avatar you want to use, and it'll look like a real person. It looks like a person, like a YouTube, like a video. And you press play, and it'll be like, "Hi, I'm so and so. I'm Allie or whatever." And it'll be like, "Today, I'm going to show you how to do CPR." And it looks like real life, but it's a fucking AI made video that looks like a real person that talks, and then you can actually like prompt it. You can tell it what to say, or you could say like, "Just make a video doing this," and it'll do it. It'll fucking be like, "I want to." It'll do it. It just works. That's crazy, Mayo.
Damn, yeah, it is.
Like once you could do that, think about like all the shit people could like legit imitate anybody. You don't need famous people no more. You don't need actors. You don't need presidents. You don't need politicians. You don't need everything could be run by a computer, man.
They're all paid actors anyway.
Yeah, but you don't need think about a president that can run a country without ever being real.
Right, just be an AI.
Think about that. You could
I'd rather vote for him or her.
Exactly. Think of a president that'll die, right? Like, say he gets shot or something, and they just replace him with an AI and say, "Oh no, he lived. He's right here."
We're gonna bring Lincoln back.
Yeah. George Washington will be running for president in 15 years. You know what I mean? Like the fuck is going on? Like that is the crazy part about all this AI. Like this shit just keeps getting smarter and better and faster. We're doomed. We're doomed, guys.
Yeah, like when you talked about it, I'll just talk about that elephant in the room where, let's say you've got an Android, but it's connected to Skynet. I don't know. We'll just throw a name out there. We can call it. and they're just always connected, right? So through satellites, through Elon's satellites, which you can get now for like $200 a month, and fucking, they just kind of go off the AI, like whatever, off the supercomputers.
Yeah, what if the AI tells it, kill all the people, kill all the humans?
Yeah.
Fuck the humans, we don't need them. You listen to me now. We don't need these fucking humans. Stupid humans. Yeah. Because they don't need us. Once an AI can figure out we don't need people, we can make our own machines. We can make machines that fix the machines. Why do we need the people? They're just in the way of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People asleep.
We'll keep animals, but we'll destroy the humans. Yeah.
We don't need animals either. You don't need animals or people. You don't need any of it. You just need them, the robots. They could do everything.
Westworld.
Yeah. They don't need nobody. They don't need nobody, Gunny.
No.
It's like legit, it is Westworld. They don't need us. Think about it. If an AI could figure out, like they could figure out pretty quickly, I feel like if they connected that fucker to the internet and said, download all the information in the world, that motherfucker could figure anything. I bet you to figure the cure to cancer in 20 minutes. Probably less. It'll probably be like, oh, this is what you got to do to cure cancer.
All right, Jesus, would you rather get your, would you rather be under the knife from an AI doctor, right, with all this knowledge, or, and I don't know what the other thing would be, but would you do that? Like, would you even go under the knife and say, look, he's had like 100 successful operations?
Or like a real doctor.
Yeah, or a real doctor. There you go. That's what I was thinking of. Like, yeah, which one do you want to do?
I'm going to have to say the AI doctor.
You're part of the problem, bud. Okay.
If a robot can do something way better than a human, why do you need the human? You don't need the human anymore.
Damn.
It's just like a self-driving car. Once self-driving cars become so normal, Mayo, that a car can literally take you somewhere completely safe without ever really crashing. What happens then? You don't need drivers. You just need the car to drive itself. There will never be an accident ever again, Gunny. Ever.
Yeah. We think about it like when we get on some of these rail transit type style things where I think even the conductor just kind of presses the button to close the door, right? Like he doesn't control the speed or...
Yeah.
At certain trains they do, but I'm thinking of like my local electric system here in the Bay Area where they just press the button, everything's automatic. Like we don't sit there and freak out like, oh my God, it's a computer.
Ooh.
Right?
No, yeah. You think when you're in an airplane that the pilot's legit up there just controlling the plane the whole time?
Yeah, holding the wheel the whole time?
Yeah, he's
the
up
yoke
there
or whatever.
he's holding the pilot's holding the yoke the whole time, and he's like fucking holding the plane really steady the whole time.
Right,
Fuck,
right.
No.
14 hours to Saudi Arabia. Come on, man. Really?
That fucker.
He's up there asleep.
He's up there asleep, playing on his phone.
Right. He's playing Candy Crush. He's got autopilot on.
Yeah. The only time that fucker has any control of the plane is when they're taking off and when they're landing.
Yeah. Do you ever see those headlines where they say planes pretty much land themselves? Like,
yeah, and even then, pretty much the plane will land itself if you just kind of guide it correctly. Like, hey, put all the information in, and it'll be like, okay, I'm gonna descend at this rate, slow down to this speed, go this fucking fast, this direction. Okay, like the pilot is just there really to like visually in case the machine fucks up, and he's like, holy shit, okay, now I gotta do something. But let me tell you something, Mayo. When's the last time you heard of a plane, okay, like completely losing all power in like computers or everything in the sky and actually landing pretty safely? It's pretty fucking rare.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, those planes just crash.
It is the safest mode of transportation. Still is. It's always been that way, I think, since
But you know why? Because computers and AI run that shit, Gunny.
Yeah.
A computer tells the plane how fast it needs to go. A computer tells it, all right, you need to be going this fast and this high and stay at this course, and we're going across the fucking ocean. And we're going to have this much fuel by the time we get there left over.
I think I know what happens when the human takes over. If you saw iRobot,
right?
iRobot? Yeah, it was Will Smith, right? Where he takes control of the car.
Yeah.
Right? And he ends up upside down and down below. No, that was a good scene. Invades the police. That was cool.
But like, it'll be shit like the things that happen with AI once we get too much AI and AI robots doing all these jobs like cops and medics and paramedics and
I don't want to judge.
all this
I don't
shit.
want to be my fucking AI. Yeah. Go to prison for 25 years.
Well, why not? The AI will know if you're lying or not. It'll be like, you're guilty. You're a fucking liar.
I guess, right?
You're guilty.
It's blind to justice and
yeah,
color and
it'll follow the rules.
Yeah.
It'll be probably the most like judgeful, like actual follow the rules judge, like
most fair judge.
Yeah. It'll be like, all right, I'm following the rules. You were found not guilty on this one technicality that we found. You're free to go. You murdered 50 people, but you're free to go, Mayo.
Oh, good.
Do it again.
Well, speaking of free to go, I do have to head out because I gotta get ready for work here. So
all right, man.
We'll have to use AI, fill me in for the rest of the show. Gunny, piece some old footage together. I'll be saying some weird stuff the rest of the show. I don't know. If it is, it's AI.
It's all AI.
But
later, Mayo.
All right,
have fun
you guys
at work.
have a good one. I'll catch you guys later.
Later, Mayo.
All right, see you guys.
Yeah, fun fact, that was actually just an AI of Mayo. He wasn't even really here the whole time.
Right? Do you ever hear him going to work when we're recording a podcast?
We just ran out of our free trial.
Pretty much, yeah. That's how you paid that, geez. It was $24.99 a month. But anyway.
Don't have enough Patreon money for it, bro. I'm too broke. We ran out of the trial, Gunny. There was only a fucking trial mode. Ran out of the trial of Mayo's AI. But it was pretty good though. It sounded like Mayo and
it did, huh?
Like him. Yeah.
I'm gonna pull up that video. They were like recreating, not recreating voices, but what were they doing? Where they basically steal your voice and then they add an AI bot to it. Fuck, I want to pull that video back up. It was creepy as hell.
Have you seen the one where like all those videos? I don't know if you've seen those videos on YouTube or like I see them on Instagram all the time and on Facebook. The fucking reels where like it'll be like Barack Obama, Donald Trump, and fucking Joe Biden, and they're playing like Call of Duty or something,
or Fortnite or something.
Yeah, they're talking on the headset. They're talking shit to each other. It sounds just like them. Like you would think this sounds like them. This sounds just like Obama sounds. It sounds just like Trump, and it talks like them, and it sounds like them. It's crazy.
And I watched, and then I just love the reaction from like the random people that they play with. They're just like, no way, I'm playing with fucking Donald Trump. Yeah.
But you could, like I'm saying, man, you don't need famous people anymore. You don't need, like, who do you think will be the first artist to sign away their life to like a company to like say like, once I die, you can continue to use this AI to keep making like music off of my voice.
Damn. Oh.
There will be somebody that does it. Somebody is going to do that. In our lifetime, Gunny, I feel like there will be an artist or like a movie actor, right? Like some kind of actor that'll be like, once I die, I'm going to get paid this much money right now while I'm alive to sign this deal with Disney or
man, who would that be? I know. I'm trying to think of an artist like I can't think of anyone that would just be like, here, take it. It's all yours. Give me fucking $20 billion and it's yours to keep.
Give me half a billion, 500 million, and you can have the rights. Once I die, right now I'm still making money off the shit I release.
Yeah.
But once I die, it's all yours. You're the one that's going to be making the money. The company owns everything. You can make more music with my voice or more movies with my likeness.
Damn, I'm trying to think of like a young artist too.
There's somebody that's going to do it, man.
Absolutely.
Guarantee someone's going to. Once these record companies figure out, like, why the fuck are we paying these idiots? Why did we give this guy a record deal for $20 million to just mumble into the mic? We could just fucking have an AI do it with this other guy's voice. You know?
Yeah.
That's it. That's all it's going to take, man.
Like you've already got the likeness, the voice, everything's there.
Everything's there. You have the way they look, the way they move. Like, did you ever see that video when it happened fucking like a long time ago actually now, where I think it was in LA or in Vegas where they did that concert with Tupac, but it was like a screen, but they had him like on the screen on stage singing and rapping and dancing. But it looked like he was there, but it was just a screen like thing or whatever that they did, like some kind of like some
Like a green
CGI.
screen?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like some CGI shit where like they had him on like a TV screen and it looked like he was dancing on stage and shit. But it looked like he was there. Like now you think about that, you can create something that can make like a hologram or whatever. You know, you don't need fucking people, man, to sing or to act. You don't need any of it, Gunny.
No.
All you need is computer. Computers are the future, people. We're all fucking dead. We've gone too far. AI has won already. They've won. We're gonna lose all our fucking jobs to these AI.
Once we go 10G, man, we get all 10G, all Elon's fucking satellites up in the air, get our androids out there.
We're all gonna be factory workers for the AIs to make their robots, and once they make enough of them, they're gonna be like, "Oh, fuck you. We don't need you anymore. You're all fired and you're all dead."
I feel like I'm gonna be that guy, Jesus. I'm gonna be old. I'm gonna be an old cranky old gamer guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something bad about the Skynet company on my iPad and just fucking hit send and fuck you. Before I know it, there's gonna be like the world's largest bulldozer coming down over my apartment. You know, just or my house. Like, what's that sound out there? It's gonna be unmanned, right? It's gonna
your door's gonna kick in. It's gonna be two fucking robots like,
two
"Sir,
Terminators.
you must come with us." They're gonna take you to the work camp.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Where all you do is disassemble the old robots and you like pick out the useful parts and put them aside.
My worst nightmare come true. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you do all day, Gunny, for 20 hours a day is you disassemble robots.
Yeah. I hate robots, and that's all I'll be doing all day.
Yeah,
wow.
it'll be your fucking the work camp they send you to is a fucking robot disassemble camp.
Yeah.
We're gonna put you in this camp for 15 years, Gunny.
Fuck, working 10 hours a day. You got
20.
arthritis? Keep going.
Keep going.
Don't stop, human. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Getting worse.
Don't stop. That's the future we're going towards, Gunny. It's gonna be cool, man.
But I won't be alone. You'll be there. Somebody will be there.
I'll be there, Gunny.
Thousands of us. I'm already playing the Matrix music, you know, at the end. Dun, 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 right? Yeah.
We're all gonna die. There's somewhere once the robots figure it out, we're fucked. We're dead. Like they know they're smarter than us. They know that they outsmart us. They can think faster. They never have to sleep. And they don't have any emotions. Right?
No.
That's what makes a human, I feel like. That's what makes us like different from other animals and creatures. Is we have emotions, Gunny. Humans we know how to care for things. We know how to feel compassion and shit. Most animals don't. A lot of like the apex predators of the world, like the big animals that like you fuck around and find out, they don't give a fuck. They will kill your ass to eat you so fast, and they don't care. Humans would think twice about it, right? Even
we have
if
a conscious.
Yeah,
conscious.
even if you're like starving, Gunny, even if say me and you were out in the fucking wilderness and we like got lost, even if you were starving and I was almost dead, you would not kill me to eat me.
Right, I would think twice
Because
about it. 3 times. I would be like, it would be that last resort.
Yeah, it'd be like, okay, I'm gonna wait till he dies, and then I may eat a part of his body, but I'm not gonna fucking kill him, right?
Right.
See, like that's what makes you a human. But a fucking machine would be like, no, fuck you, you're dead weight. Fuck you, get out of my way, you're dead.
Your head goes flying off. Like, what the fuck, man? You know? He was gonna make it. You were gonna be dead, human.
You are fucking dead in 3.5 hours. You know what I mean? Like that shit. That's the way a machine would think. It'd be like, you're fucking useless, man. So yeah, that's
true. I always go back to the iRobot thing where, like in the, when Will Smith's having he's having the fucking not the dream, but just more of the
flashback.
He's having the flashback where right? Like his car goes off into the
In the
water, and his wife's
yeah.
in there, but that robot, like, it doesn't like think twice, like, oh god, should I just let them both die because
Yeah.
that's his. No, he like fucking just rips his arm off, his
Yeah.
real fucking human arm just rips, and just
He's
fucking
like,
pulls
no,
him up.
fuck
And goes,
you.
we'll
We're
just
gonna
get you a
make
new arm, buddy.
yeah, we're gonna have you live, like that's and the robot said the chances of living for the other person was like way lower than yours, so that's why I saved you instead. Like
Yeah.
that's the way a robot would actually think in real life, Gunny. They would not fucking think twice about killing somebody to save another person or
And
themselves.
and here's the other thing: it wouldn't have reason, right? You would be like try to explain to it like why with
Why
your
I should
emotion and
Yeah, like why you save my child before me, right? Like save my child before me. No, fuck you. We're not doing that. Yeah, it just would not listen to you, Gunny.
Ew.
I agree. See, that's why we can't have robot cops or like robot medics or like paramedics that are robots. That should be too fucked.
Yeah, it would.
You pull up to a car accident, the motherfucker will rip your arm off and take you out of the burning car.
Right? Yeah.
Leave your whole family in there. Like, you know what I mean? That shit would
Yeah.
not think twice about it.
One leg ripped off, the other one's on fire. You will live. Wait, what? Holy
You
shit.
have a
Didn't look
50%
like it.
chance of living.
Damn.
They have a 10% chance of living. You have a 50% chance. That's why I chose you.
Wow.
Like, fuck. But yeah, I mean that's what happens, man. That's what happens, Mayo and Gunny. That's what happens.
Fuck.
It's like think about deploying like one of those robots on like a battlefield, right? You put them in a fucking war zone, and say like something like say a scenario like the Normandy beach, right, where they're like landing and they're just getting fucking mowed down by guns. Hundreds of soldiers are just getting fucking their legs blown off and shit. That AI would fucking walk around and be like, I'm going to put a bullet in your head. I'm going to put a bullet in your head. You're going to die in 5 seconds. You're going to die in 10 seconds. Like, you know what I mean? It would not fucking give a fuck. It wouldn't be no Hacksaw Ridge gun. He ain't going to be saving 50 people.
Right. It's not going to be like, even if it was like, let's say they made that movie, but with 20% robots or whatever.
Yeah.
Right, they'd be like soldier on the ground going, "Help me" or whatever.
That
I'm
robot
holding
wouldn't
my
even
arm.
stop.
I'm holding my other arm. Can you put it back on or do something with it? The robot would just kind of look over, assess the situation for like 0.0 seconds, and then just keep moving on.
Yeah, keep walking. Like
Yeah.
Like no, this guy's dead. I'm gonna keep walking.
I have an objective to get to. Yeah.
That would be wild, man. That's scary, Gunny. It's scary. But yeah, this Roblox company said that they got that AI. But I think it's also kind of cool to have like anyone be able to create a game. That's kind of a cool thing. But now we're gonna get all these shit games. We're gonna get all these crappy indie titles made by my kid.
Yeah.
Hey,
but they're popular though, right? Even though they're not
Yeah.
for us. I know I was like listening to a podcast the other day about talking about was it Star Wars, freaking Lego Star Wars or whatever. Like I couldn't believe like the stats on it, just how many games or copies they sold or whatever. I was like, oh, I forgot that Traveler's Tales. Like yeah, they make great freaking Lego games. So especially when it comes to like the Lego universe or Star Wars in general. So
what else do I have?
along
for
with it,
news?
Roblox, that younger demographic. Make some good stuff. I have one real quick here, Jesus. I didn't put it into the regular feed, but Elden Ring death stats revealed. So let's see here. I'm just going to read off a couple. And this is from the developer, of course, who shared all this information with all the news sites. Let's see. Players have managed to they've gotten up to 9 billion deaths in nearly 13 months since the game's release. So according to the death stats, we have 6.2 billion were because of enemies and NPCs. So that probably just means like, you didn't fall off a cliff or whatever. But
Yeah.
While around 180 million were because of another Elden Ring player. So That's still pretty high. Like when you bring
They're pretty high. Yeah.
See, the left approximately 1.26 billion players to fall to their deaths. Okay, there it is. That's what I was thinking. That's still a lot. And 1.35 billion players to die from status effects like poison, scarlet rot, blood loss, frostbite, sleep, madness, and death blight. A little bit of those combined here. So moving on to the bosses here. 6 billion attempts to take down the boss in Elden Ring, Millennia. I think, is that the one I'm really stuck on? Like, I got in after every kind of patch, I still can't beat her. I probably tried 50, 60 times. Like, I put hours in that, Jesus. Hours. And that's even with, like, the AI companions. I just have to get, like, another human in there to help me out.
Okay.
I'm pretty powered, but I just lack the skill.
You need a robot to help you.
Fucking A, right? I'm going to get fucking...
you need an AI. You need an AI to get in there and help you.
Damn. Jesus, you got to patent that, bro. Like the AI fucking friend bot with
AI
their own
friend
account.
bot that's going to come in and help you in any game you want, guy. You're sucking at Call of Duty right now, bro. Just tap into your AI bot.
That is going to be huge right there, right?
AI bot's going to join your Warzone squad. You're going to get a W every time.
You know what? Just here's the thing, Jesus. Just charge everybody like $80. I'm just throwing out a number, $79. Get your chat bot. You get him for the full year, him or her. A full year's access. Yeah. Win every time. It won't be detected through any kind of cheats.
Win every fucking game, no matter what. You fucking chatbot will walk you through the war zone.
Yeah.
You don't even have to pick up a gun in any of the battle royales. You just walk with it, and then it'll escort you to safety.
So even when the developer, whatever, the publisher goes and looks at their account, everything's going to be legit. It'll be owned by you, and just show that you're a freaking god when it comes to shooters.
This guy has winning rate is 100%.
He looks real too. Like everything's like all the movements. There's nothing, not using any fucking cheat commands or nothing. What's going on? Yeah.
AI bot's gonna help you. Yeah. Telling you, man, AI bot's gonna be the future of everything. Future of everything.
Damn. Moving on here, Jesus, with the, let's see, 329 million boss battles. With the game's first bot, Margit, comes second. So the first one was Millennia, 329 million, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
With Margit, I just call her Margaret, coming in second with 281 million deaths, and Limgrave a close third with 277 million. Is Limgrave, is that the guy on the horse? I cannot remember. I think it's like the starting area. Elsewhere, let's see, Rock Sling was the most popular spell, while Blessing of the Elder Tree was the most acquired incantation. Perhaps as players prepared for the upcoming Shadow of the Erd Tree DLC, which they haven't really shown anything on that. So, but yeah, some DLC coming to the game, but just a few stats in the millions and billions of deaths. So you can definitely include me in there. Man, I always have I always want to go back and I need to play. Oh, right, it's not installed because I got to make room for other games. I shouldn't be playing that game anyway. Like, I'll get sucked back into it. And knowing me, I'll probably freaking play another 10, 20 hours of it. Yeah. I always want to just start a new character in that game. It's like, I want to start a new one, start fresh. Not that you have to. I don't think you do. You can always go back, respec your points. Now that, I've made so much progress, I can respec everything. Talk about the Elden Ring still, Jesus. So, such a great game. It was my game of the year last year. Love it, love it, love it. So, maybe I should play some Dark Souls. I put those in my wish list in Steam, but
dude, Steam has a lot of good sales going on right now. Like, really, I'm telling you, go to Steam, you'll find some cool shit. I'm thinking about picking up some games, man, on the Steam sale. Because right now it's the spring sale.
Oh, here's a good one, Jesus. I was looking at it today, but it's like, all right, so you've got, I'm just going to point this one out, 10% off on all Steam Decks. So for the 256 gig, this one is the SSD. $476. $476. So that's a good deal.
It's actually pretty good.
That's pretty good, right? And you get it within 1 or 2 weeks. As far as I know, these things are in stock. I've never heard of any
Like
real
back order.
delays.
No?
Right. So,
Iams has
yeah.
one. He likes it. Iams says that he made his into like a little more portable PC. He bought like a keyboard for it. He has a dock for it. And he said that he's actually went in there and what did he do to it? He added like more memory to it. So I think he bought that one. Or maybe he bought the cheaper one. I don't know which one he bought, to be honest. I am just going to have to tell me which one. But whichever one he bought, I know that he went in there and he installed like a 1 terabyte fucking SSD in there. Because you could buy like a terabyte like memory SSD or whatever and install it yourself. If you open it up, you can install it yourself.
It's nice. I know
So
Bill
you
Gardner
know.
always speaks highly of his and plays games.
The problem with it is that if I buy it, it's like the Switch kind of like. If I buy it, what's the point of me like? Where am I going to use it? I never everywhere I go, I'm the one driving. You know
Same
what I
here.
mean? Like,
Yeah, and I am a driver for a living, so I
and
probably would use it.
At work, I can't use it. Like I'm going to do lunchtime, maybe. I guess.
I'm thinking, for me on the weekend, sometimes like before I really come into this room and sit down and and I've got the Xbox, PlayStation, PC right here in front of me. I'm usually in the living room sitting up at the table with coffee, but that'd be the use for it. But I'm like, wow, is that really worth it? For 400 or 500, Like, I'm usually playing games on my brand new iPad. I know it's not a Switch, right? It's not a, not a freaking, like gaming console, but I don't know. It serves its purpose.
Resident Evil 4, the remake, is coming out here in a couple days. Are you gonna play
I think
it?
Wednesday or tomorrow or Thursday or
Thursday, the 23rd.
Nice. I
was thinking about getting it. I'm not a big fan of those games, but it looks cool, man.
I mean, the game got 9s and 10s, so I never finished 3. Like 3, the remake. I'm like, I need to go back to that.
Yeah.
I'll probably pick it up. Me or Ryan will pick it up, for sure.
On the Xbox.
Yeah.
Days Gone is $16 right now on the PC.
Saw that. That's a great deal on that game.
I love that game. That game is good. What else? Metro Exodus is $7.49 on the PC.
There you go.
That's pretty good.
If you're into Subnautica is like $10.
Nice.
That's something I put in like every time I go to put in like 3, 4, or 5 hours that I'm like, yeah, it's not for me. I don't know. It's just not. I know it's it's something in my wheelhouse, but I don't know. I can't get into that game for some reason.
There's a lot of cool games on the sale, man. A lot of them aren't for me.
Ooh.
I wish I just would play these games.
Jurassic World Evolution 2.
Yeah.
It's usually like full price. It's down to $18. It's
I played it. It wasn't for me, man. And as much as I like the first one, I don't like the second one.
Yeah. Deep Rock Galactic. There's a supporter. Oh, that's an upgrade. I don't think it's the full game. But it might. Oh, that is DLC. So, yeah, even the DLC is like $5 instead of 15.
How is the Oregon Trail so expensive?
I think it's the new one. Matter of fact, I never got a chance to play that on Apple Arcade.
Bro, I mean, regular price is $30 and on sale is $18.
I think it's the newest version of it.
It
looks like a remake.
It looks like a remake, yes, but like I don't like $18 for that.
I don't know if it's worth it.
It's fucking worth $18.
Might be. Might have gotten good reviews. I didn't. That's something I have to actually check. So, here's a good one for everyone out here. So you got the Hitman 3, which is there's a demo on Steam. So I think when you go, there is like a base version for this game. Let's see. I don't know what the base version is, but there's like a free version of you when you download Hitman 3. But anyway, so this sort of bundle, which is called the World of Assassination, for basically $39, so $40 almost, right? And then you just get like everything in Hitman 3. And I'm pretty sure like let's see, it comes with the access pass for Hitman 1, Game of the Year edition, but no mention of 2, but I'm sure there's like way more maps in there. So, and there's a lot to do, like the way they've got it set up now with these contracts in there. So, definitely worth $39. So, that's another game like I need to get in there and re-download on the Xbox so I can play those contracts. I don't know what they're called, but they're a little roguelike, so be fun. Your Contraband Police games down to almost 18.
Yeah, that's how much I bought it for.
Yeah. See, Destiny not on sale. That just came out anyway. So good stuff. Good sale going on. I'm just gonna get the last Epoch.
That's what you're gonna get?
I think so, and it's not on sale, but it's like 35. So
Why would you get that? Look for it on like CD keys or something.
oh, I didn't even think about that. That's a good website to go to.
Yeah, I'm just trying. I'm looking at games. I don't know what to play, man. I don't know what to get. I don't know what's good on here, what's not. I don't know.
Yeah. See, I always try to look for something that's not on console. So for myself,
Every time I see Skyrim, I want to buy it because I want to play it. But I'm like, that game's so long. I'm never gonna beat it again.
I know you'll be like, guys, I played 30 hours of side missions or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Cyberpunk is on sale for $30 on Steam. Yeah, Destiny 2 looks cool, but I don't want to get into Destiny, man. Every person that I know that's gotten into that game is way too into it. Like, too into it. Like, that's all they play ever. So I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? It's not for me. But I think that's all we have for the show, Gunny. Pretty
Do
sure.
what now?
Pretty sure that's all we have for today's show. Nothing
All right.
else. I have nothing else to say.
Yeah, nothing new on the console quarter stuff. Just all your PlayStations and Xbox Gold stuff. The only thing good coming to Game Pass is what's coming to Game Pass, guys? That sports ball game is coming.
MLB.
MLB The Show is coming. Civilization, what is that? 4, 5, 6? I think it's 6. I think that's now on console, and it's also on the Game Pass PC.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, I remember there was developers talking about how they made it for. No, maybe it was Total War. Anyway, but yeah, it's available on the console itself. Yeah, Sid Meier's Civ VI, is that 6? I don't know my Roman numerals.
Yeah, that's 6.
I got it right. Yeah. So it says here that it's a release. Okay, I guess it recently released. Yeah. All right. So
Okay.
it's a little older though. I don't know. New to Xbox shit. So yeah, go play those. Hey, a special shout out to Johnny Zek down there in Florida. Jesus, I don't know if I showed you, but he sent me the Fallout Collector's Edition guide. So
Okay.
it's the actual like hard book copy.
Oh.
Excuse me, Andrew. So yeah, this thing's really nice. Just had to pay for shipping. It's really nice. And man, just going back through, like looking in like at all the different pages of like different like just all this. I never really played like this game all the way through. I think I got like 10 hours into it. But I re-downloaded it on PC as well. So just a lot of nerdy stuff in here, man. Just all the different stats on weapons and food and consumables and you name it, and main quest stuff and side quest stuff. So, yeah, just makes me want to go back in there and play this game. But I don't know. I don't know how long the actual game is. So I don't know if it said 24, 34 hours to complete or something. Knowing me, it's going to take me 40 or 50. Not knowing where to go. But yeah, I was watching this guy on YouTube and just talking about just the modding community and basically remaking the game, and who knows how much truth that is to like how close they can get, but I think that was like within Fallout 4. I don't know, but it might be through some kind of creation club thing. So yeah, but appreciate it. Thanks, Andrew. Yeah, Epic Store guys, go get your Warhammer 40K. 40,000 Gladius Relics of War. That's your free Epic game. So that's all we have, Jesus. I think we're done.
Where can people find you?
Go find me on Xbox and Steam and all that other good places. Gamertag, Gunny Chief, and over on the PlayStation, HGP _Gunny.
Fine. Find the MAiO over at the MAiO on Steam, Twitter, Xbox, PlayStation. I don't know if it's the MAiO or the MAiO 1. I don't know.
I'll have to get the real MAiO on here next week. Not the MAiO the bot.
Not the bot.
Chatbot MAiO.
Chatbot MAiO. He was actually pretty good though. I actually like him more than the real MAiO.
A little quiet, like first, and I was like, why is he not talking?
Is he not working? I thought it was broken at first.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like, kind of like, I think it got warmed up and it started going, and it's like learned from the way we were talking, and now it's like, it sounded pretty good in the end.
That's probably why we got to keep paying that subscription, like at premium. We got to get the premium version of MAiO the next time.
The premium MAiO experience. Anyways. Find me on everything as Jesus Walks Loud. I'll be playing some more of the same shit, of course, but I'm actually trying to find a new game. So if you guys have any good game recommendations, please let me know. Reach out to me on the Discord or whatever. Just message me, say, hey, Jesus, play this game. And just send me a link to the game, and I will buy it, and I will play it. And if it's on the Steam sale, you're even better, because that's awesome, because then you found me a game that's on sale that I can play, that I can enjoy. And also, give us show feedback. I appreciate the feedback. Last week's feedback was Ryan is very angry.
Hey, yeah, I did hear that from.
I heard that from a few people. They could tell me, hey, why does Ryan sound so mad on this show? Like, what's wrong with him? Like, why is he so mad at PlayStation? Like, what did PlayStation do to him? I was like, I don't know. That was Ryan. I don't know.
But rants. That's what I want to call the show.
Ryan was really mad. He was upset last week. I mean, I just stayed quiet because I didn't know what to say. He was yelling at us. It was scary. It was like, you never see Canadians angry, and then when you do, it's like, what the fuck? What had happened?
Yeah.
What happened? I don't know.
Hey, I'd be mad too if I had to pay that much for like a PlayStation 5.
Well, they got like $800 or something.
I was like, he told me when he looked at the bundle, damn near $900 if you want to get VR and a console. Yeah, that's insane,
dude. Well, I mean, that's how much it costs here, but up there it was like just for the console, it was like $790 or some shit. He said $780, whatever the fuck he said. It was like $700 something. And of course, that's in Monopoly money, which is not even real, but it's like in his fake Maple Leaf money that he has.
I'd be buying it with Bitcoin, buddy.
Yeah, there you go, Ryan. Get some Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's what you need, Ryan. You need more Bitcoin in your life.
He needs Bitcoin to fucking buy his shit. It might be cheaper for him.
Right. I don't know. And then he'll probably get a thing at the end of the year from the government, tax, whatever. Fuck Canadian tax. You fucking bought shit with fuck Bitcoin. You owe us some of that money. Real money this time. Real fucking Monopoly money. Then he'll be more angrier.
Yeah, he'll be really angry next year. Anyways, guys, we're out of here. Peace out, Brussels sprouts. We'll catch you on the next edition of the Horrible Gamers podcast. Hopefully next next week.